And I was
He
like, oh my
doesn't
God.
really like. I don't like
I
that.
didn't really get
Whenever I
into
have
it.
come
I was
across
just kind.
that image in my regional news channel stating that all these things happened. They showed the Kurukshetra and they showed the Ramasetu. Actually, if you give me the person I think I can handle that person, Madhya. I don't know, but seriously, I can even make that person mind block. Seriously, why? Because uh, there are there are so many things which man cannot conceive. Actually, the
Yeah.
thing is that there are time zones. Actually, I was actually bewildered and so shocked when I actually heard that Brahma has, I don't, Brahma's day is actually divided into many sections, and
Yes.
on exactly in the afternoon of Brahma's day, 28th Manu, on that in one particular yuga, like Dwapara Yuga,
It's
Krishna
the
comes,
morning,
and
I thought.
in
It
the
was the
immediate
morning.
and the immediate Kali Yuga, Lord Sri
Yes.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. So
Yes.
even if he doesn't believe all these things, so he should understand that there are so many time zones. And 24th Manu, Rama comes. So he should understand that at least he should be believing the system called as four yugas, the Yoga Chakra, and the span of each yuga. And after completion of the Kali Yuga, and again the system starts. 24th, how do you expect something which has occurred on 24th and after every Kali Yuga annihilation happens? Everything goes away. Everything comes to zero. So how do
Yeah.
you expect
Yeah.
something which
Then.
is built by Rama in 24th Manu is still there? We are able to see Rama Setu. How is it possible? WTC, it's not there. World Trade Center, it is not there. It is destroyed by some terrorist. Some after being annihilated, something which is there still now, and you are able to see it. How
Yes,
is it
because
possible?
NASA has pictures of it.
There is no proof. There is no proof. This is the only proof. And the thing is that Squirrel helping Rama has got 3 marks on his body. Squirrels are still there and they have three lines on their body. Whatever is there in the scripture, it's there. It's there in reality. So he should be a fool. I don't know,
No
rejecting all
knowledge.
this.
The people saying like that, they just have no knowledge whatsoever.
Mataji, one thing I have observed with the atheists are they're so stubborn. They have no
Yeah.
motive in life. The biggest motive in life is to attain, a lot of money, have some really good wife, beget children, and
Yes,
live prosperously forever. So-called prosperousness forever. So they
exactly.
want that.
And they perform
So
all kinds of pious activities, to just to enjoy. They
yeah.
do even
Not
yajnas.
even
They
pious
give
activities, Mataji. They're
donations.
so dependent on their hard work. They're so dependent on their work. They're so
Exactly.
confident that okay, whatever I am building, it is only due to my work. It is not due to some other external grace,
Yes.
some other god.
False,
They don't
completely
believe in the system
false
of God.
ego platform.
Yes, extreme false ego, Manjit. So these kind of people, you cannot explain anything. And even if you show proofs, who wrote this? No, it's not true. And if you
Yes.
in the same, if you bring some Stephen Hawking book or some other kind of book, and something which you are unable to perceive, also you will believe. Black hole,
Yes.
you
Yes,
cannot
true.
perceive a black hole. You cannot
Eh,
imagine a black hole, but you are believing it, and you are believing Interstellar movie, or believing the whole Interstellar movie. It is true, and you are believing that human can travel from one planet to another planet. Still, no one has
exactly.
traveled from one planet to another planet, and there are
Yes,
no
what to
valid
speak
proofs,
about
and
present
there,
day thing. They
and
can
there are
go.
no valid proofs for man landing on moon. Still, you are believing that, and you have registered a name called Neil Armstrong in your brain. You are believing all these things, and you are storing data.
You're so right. You just put your
It's
finger
impossible,
down the
Mataji.
point,
Because you are
even
believing
pointing.
something. Belief is the basis of anything, Mataji. When they don't believe what you say and believe something nonsensical, they want nonsense. Just leave it.
Actually, they go around as being a religious person, but they are, faithless. Completely faithless.
Yes, they are absolutely faithless. Biggest thing which you need for learning anything is faith, Mataji.
Yes.
Whatever you learn,
Sh
you should have
Shraddha.
faith.
You
Faith is
know,
the biggest. Faith is the only thing which will actually lead where you want. Like, if I want to tell something, people should believe that okay, this guy is telling something, I should listen it. Okay, it's valid or not. Let us consider it for the time being to be true. That is
Exactly.
what Prabhupada says. Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita beginning, theoretically accept Krishna
At
as the Supreme Personality of
Supreme
Godhead.
Personality
Only
of
then
God.
you can read the Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, it is impossible to read Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
You'll be thinking Krishna, so-called a person, Mr. X, is telling to Mr. Y, Arjuna. That's not possible, no? You should understand the
Yes.
mind of the author. The same way, when you are, you should understand the mind of every scripture, like scripture, like you believe it or not, you should theoretically accept it. And if you are not even theoretically accept it, it's waste to study the book. That's it. So
True.
there are fools, Mataji. There was a friend of mine called
But
Shashank Mahapatra. I
what
don't
do
know.
you
I
do
don't want
with
to say his name.
you have persons who are not prepared to do that? They don't want to accept, theoretically or not, they don't just want to accept, this too much for them. So they can't go any further. They stuck there.
The point which you said that it is too much for them, it is absolutely right, Mataji. Because they cannot take so much. They are, oh my God, there is someone beyond me. Oh, there is a creator. Oh my God, I am the creator. I am thinking that I am the
Yes.
creator. Who is that person telling that he is the creator? Yeah, no, no, that's not possible. That should not be there. If someone is telling
Yes,
this
they
person
have
is
a
the
key.
creator, I should put him in.
Yeah.
I should not have to say that this person is going to die in my hands. No, I am the only person who is ruling my body. Okay, I cannot
Yes,
take
I'm
that.
the boss.
That is the thing which is happening.
Yeah, but it's true.
That
That it's
tendency that we came from Golaka Vrindavan from that tendency only that we want to rule the world, and to make and someone is telling, okay, you are not the ruler of the world. They are telling that person, get out of my sight, okay, get out of.
exactly. Anyway, we'll see how it goes further. I mean, we cannot save everyone. Try to save
Yeah, we
ourselves first of
cannot
all.
listen to anything. You cannot listen to anything if you don't have faith.
No.
So you have some experience of this, Anand?
Faith, yeah. I
Experience of these types of people
yes,
that you have?
yes,
No.
yes.
Yes. It's like,
Oh,
especially under the Indian people, right? Nowadays I think they're more receptive, but I know from the past, if you will tell an Indian person, this about Krishna, oh, I know Krishna, I know, I've read Bhagavad Gita, I know everything, but they don't practice anything at all. They don't even know the basics. They don't even like practice the offering your food. So their knowledge is so limited. They think they know, but they don't know. They don't really know. When you analyze, what do they know?
yeah, I always wondered about that when I was working a situation, and the manager's wife is very nice, a nice lady, very pious. And I tried to say something, I said Krishna's name, and when
Yeah.
turned away and actually slammed the door.
Oh, oh my God, it's too much. Mataji.
Or was it me, or who am I to say Krishna's name, or did she not want Krishna? I tried it again. She did the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't want Krishna? Slam the door. No, Krishna.
Like Mataji, I
That
don't
makes
know
such
where I
good
where I
point.
came across.
It makes such good points in that, Prabhu. Yes, it's a nice point. And the
I
way
don't
you
know where I came
the
across.
way
I don't know where I came across this thing, but I came across this thing that you should be really blessed, or you should be really so lucky person. Actually, you should be really blessed by the gods or blessed by Krishna himself to take the
Yes.
holy name of Krishna, to take the holy name and accept the holy name. So still now, you were sharing all these experiences.
Actually, by the mercy of
Different.
Krishna, you meet a pure devotee. And by the mercy of
Yes.
the pure devotee, you can understand Krishna. There's no other way. So we some other way. By Krishna's mercy, we came in contact with Srila Prabhupada's books. Mataji met Srila Prabhupada himself, so blessed. And because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we can get to know Krishna.
Mataji is real grandmother to me.
these were
Haribol.
these were things that were very common to hear early on, when Prabhupada was present. I
Yes.
haven't heard this kind of preaching in a long time. You know, real fired up, enthusiastic, just the straight sauce. You know, I haven't heard it in a
'Cause
long time.
Mataji, did you see the latest posting on the Facebook with Jaya Swami giving a seminar and telling that the samsara prayers is not meant for the founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada? What do you think about that?
No, I was there when things, you know, 1977. I was there, so it's okay. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to say what they're going to say. So
You can't
we
change
have to
their.
do and we have to say what we're going to do and what we're going to say, because it's just, you know, if it makes sense to someone, fine, see where it goes. You know,
Yes.
a lot of things
I
don't make
think
sense to me, so I don't go there. I don't go there.
I think you have to find out if it resonates in your heart, with what you take to be the truth. It comes back to this question of faith. What do you have faith in? Isn't
Hmm.
it, Mataji? I mean, I kind of too many questions.
You
I'm
know,
not sure if I can,
there's something
like,
that I'm running into. It's very interesting how Krishna actually empowers a devotee or a servant to preach something that's not Krishna conscious, because there's
well,
a purpose for that.
Adi Sankaracharya was very empowered. I mean, he was Lord Shiva himself and completely empowered by Krishna to come and preach the Mayavadi philosophy. Same with Lord Buddha himself.
Yes.
They're all empowered. So
And Lord Advaita, he just wanted to do that because in
to
the
get the
time
sauce from Lord Chaitanya,
he,
to
he
get chastised.
has that tendency, evidently, because he's an incarnation, you know, of combined incarnation of Shiva and Mahavishnu. So he had that taste for doing that, I guess. So there's that too, because we don't know how Krishna is. It's his movement.
Yes,
Lord Chaitanya's
it,
movement. And Lord Chaitanya is a wild character. He
there's
does
all kinds of
all
people.
sorts of things Lord
Okay.
Chaitanya does. All sorts. Staggering. So we don't know what that is, why that's going like that.
Yeah, I
Mataji,
don't
Go there. It doesn't make sense, so I don't go there.
You know what it was, Mataji? When Srila Prabhupada was there, it was like there was one philosophy and everyone were focused at Srila Prabhupada and, that was it. But if you look today, it seems to have become so many branches, so many different paths, so many different people you can follow. Honestly, I get bewildered.
You know,
I mean, and
I was thinking about that. You know, like when a tree bears a beautiful fruit, which is Lord Chaitanya's tree, and Srila Prabhupada is certainly a beautiful fruit on that tree. And the fruit ripens and it scatters seeds everywhere. You know, some of them grow this way, some of them grow that way, some of them they don't grow, you know.
yes.
And then but because they've been scattered like that, then there's some opportunity. Some will take root
And
and
it's very
grow,
difficult to find out.
all grow true to the original tree. But not all of them will. They'll
No.
grow a little bit and then they'll get choked out by weeds, or they won't get watered properly and they'll dry up, or they'll get too much sunlight and then they'll dry up, or some animal comes and attacks and it's eaten. So, but that beautiful fruit, ripe and scattered, so many seeds everywhere. Now, how to cultivate so the tree grows true to its original roots.
Right. It's very
That's
hard to
mystical. It's
determine.
mystical because it's not like a Coke machine. Put your nickel in and get your soda out, you know. There's a mystical process there, and it depends on the purity, the sincerity, Krishna's mercy, and so many things. So the whole
Definitely.
staggers my when I think about it is the entire disciplic succession was down to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji at one point. he's the, like, not glorified all that,
Yes.
except when his appearance day comes around and everybody reads about Gaura Petrov Babaji. But he didn't write any books. He didn't, but
Yeah.
holding that pure seed, which then sprouted in Bhaktisiddhanta. That
And
so
so it's amazing how this movement is
sometimes it's
going on
lost.
through time.
Sometimes it's completely lost. Krishna says in Gita, it's been lost. So now I'm going to speak it again to you, Arjuna. The whole thing was entirely lost. And then Krishna came personally and spoke it again. So it's not mechanical. It's not a mechanical thing. There's nothing mechanical about it. Nothing. Interesting,
So
huh?
yes, Anand was telling you. Anand, you have yes, you're talking about faith. And you have
What is it?
faith. You have faith in someone specific giving you direction of going towards.
About faith, Mataji?
Yes. Where do you place your faith in?
My faith. Yeah, my faith, I place definitely, I should say, I definitely place my faith in moving positively towards Krishna consciousness. Not, I am not in a position to say directly that I am placing my faith in Krishna. I, I think I am eligible to say that I put my faith in moving positively towards Krishna consciousness. That's it.
I
Because
think
whatever number of mistakes I do, I know where exactly I have to land back and I, move a little forward, the same direction. That's it. And it's a very powerful force. It's a very powerful force. The more and more I'm trying to move forward. I'm actually at this particular time, I'm feeling that I should increase my number of rounds and I should be consistent in chanting. And other thing is that I'm feeling that I am lagging in scriptures. Like I
yeah.
don't have
So
sufficient scriptural
studying.
knowledge to actually fight with people. This is
But
wrong what you're saying, that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So I want to build up that knowledge. So Prabhupada has prescribed a pattern of reading. So I recently finished Srimad
yeah.
Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam,
Yes.
Chaitanya
Yes.
Charitamrita.
Yeah, Shri Shopanisad, Nectar of Devotion,
That's all those books. That's
Bhagavad
all.
Gita. Yes, the basics is first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. They are like the basic books.
Yeah, because like I don't know, like people may believe it or not. The first completely read book by me was Hare Krishna Explosion by Hayagriva Dasa.
Okay.
It was the first book I ever read in my life completely. And next book was Life Comes from Life. These were the only
Yes, I
two books.
did.
I have never even touched any book in my whole life. I never completed a particular book. There is no book by name. I have never even, maximum one chapter. After that,
Yeah.
looking at the oh, I cannot read this book, Baba. 360 pages. Who is going to read 365 pages? Well, no, it's not possible. Like that. So these are the two books I have read complete. Like maybe after that, I have read a lot of books, but
Yeah.
immediately, first Hare Krishna Explosion, and second thing
Part of.
is Life Comes from Life.
Well, actually, myself, I read Sri Sopanisad first. That's the first book I got. And that brought me in touch with Srila Prabhupada immediately. That was what convinced me that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then I read Bhagavad Gita, so and I actually, and then I started with Srimad Bhagavatam and Nectar of Devotion in between, and little bit of Chaitanya Charitamrita. I read,
Oh
I
my
think,
God,
of
Mataji,
the.
I have touched all the books now. I never saw Chaitanya Charitamrita till now. I never, seriously, I have never seen Chaitanya Charitamrita. I have
I'm
only seen
I'm
Chaitanya
glad
Charitamrita
I have the
in public
original
talk.
set
That's
of
it.
the Chaitanya Charitamrita that was given to me by a devotee when I got married, and I still have them down to the present day. I had the Bhagavad Gita set too, but that was not complete. And at this one point, I was moving, so I sold them, and I haven't replaced them. I think I may get the new reprinted set actually, because all the books are there online, but having the books on your bookshelf, is something else. I love books, and I have I have the changed copy, but I want the original copies. I want
Yeah, your ideology actually applied to me also. Thing is that my desk is filled with so many books which I did not read. Okay, so it actually makes me feel like I have a lot of things to accomplish. I have a lot of things to complete
You have
first
to
of
go
all.
the to-do list, you know?
Yeah, to-do list, and if you have in PDF form and electronic format, so
Yes.
basically you can decide to open it or not. They are always there inside the folders hidden. That's it.
Actually, I read a lot online because I like to share the information, but I also realize a lot of things stays on theoretical, you know. I would like to find out how to not only read, but like kind of apply the knowledge in day-to-day life, you know, how it makes it, I don't know, some other I not imbibing it completely, and that's bothering me. So I'm trying to find a way how can I live it? You know, like Srila Prabhupada, you know, he was what he was preaching, he was completely practicing. And I find I can preach highly, but I'm not practicing like that, you know. And I think achar should be there first before there can be prachar, you know. And then that's where I'm lacking, or I have fallen back. In fact, so Krishna showed me I'm not so determined. I don't have so much attraction because I can't. I really feel bad because I have my Gaurnitai deities and I have Srila Prabhupada deities, and I'm such a lazy person, you know, and so getting so entangled in just day to day maintaining and doing things actually that are not so important, because it's nothing is more important than developing our Krishna consciousness. But some other I lack that determination to just like read.
In family life, it's a little difficult. If even just looking at Srila Prabhupada, when he was in his household ashram, he was very busy with business. And it wasn't until
Yes, Mataji.
he was freed up from the household duties that then he started, he could. So it's an ashram. Household is an ashram. It has duties
Actually,
of
I
its
was
own.
reading something about what Prabhupada said. He was saying about this the Krishna deities that he got from his father, and he
Yes.
was like when he was a small child, he was kind of playfully doing everything, imitating the Radha Govinda temple, and then later on he kind of got out of the practice. You know, of course, he never forgot Krishna because he's a pure devotee. But then he said, like at a certain time, he kind of took that up again. So I hope, I hope some other that faith that that just like that wish, that desire of that determination to do it, that I will be blessed to have it again and just kind of take it more seriously. I feel I'm not taking Krishna consciousness seriously enough. It's just like wasting just too much valuable time doing things that are not ultimately important. And some other, it's not getting through to my dull brain that I should stop doing that. It's like it's really yeah. I cannot actually I cannot grasp why I'm not doing it, because theoretically I understand. So why don't I put it in practice? Why don't I have the strength to do it? I would love to get back waking up early and doing my mangalarti and chanting my japa in the morning, and like living like a temple routine life. But then maybe the danger is that I will fall in the trap of following just rules and regulations. I don't know, Mataji. Where is the difference? Where is the line of just like performing the requirements of the sadhana bhakti and developing taste with the spontaneity or to do it, like feeling it from inside. I got to do it because I love to do it for Krishna. I love to Krishna and I love to take care of him. Some other that switch is not coming, and I feel, oh my God, after all these years of practicing Krishna, I didn't even advance a little bit. I didn't develop even a drop of love. It seems like I'm going further and further away. you know and it's discouraging me. And I feel, somehow I have to kind of find a way to switch it, like turn the switch in my brain or in my heart or in the mind. I don't know where, but
So
something got to
you're
change.
asking the question, where is Krishna?
Where is Krishna? Yes. Okay, where is Krishna? Where is the reciprocation with Krishna? I think it's something. I think that rasa, that exchange, that feeling of, you know, that interaction with Krishna, like we got that taste when in the temple, it was like wonderful. You
You know
get that
those,
immediate response.
you know those deities? You just reminded me, and I'd never really even thought of this. I didn't put two and two together until you just mentioned it. Although I knew about what Prabhupada did, how he put the deities aside when he was a student, little Radha. Those Radha
The
Krishna
Radha
deities,
Damodar, the Radha Damodar, or what's the
they're
name called?
in New
Of
York.
Radha Govinda. Radha
They're in
Govinda.
they're in the New York Temple, the New York City ISKCON Temple. And I lived there for a little while, and that was my service, to wake them up in the afternoon and to make a little paper
Wow.
for them. And it
Yes.
just dawned on me, wow, I got to serve those deities.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada's personal
Oh,
deities.
just for a little while. Yeah, those are the deities. I
Yes.
remember them real distinctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, I was also Mataji. I used to wake up the deities in New Mayapur. I got for and Radha I really Radha have been very merciful to me, and now I've like I feel like the separation from the deities. It's like, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I will have a chance again in this lifetime to serve any of those deities. Uh, like now, also because of my own stand, I'm not sure where I stand. Kind of. I feel like I don't really belong in the ISKCON setting. I'm not agreeing with everything and everyone, and I'm not sure how to find a way, of being like still being part of that big movement. Or is that external? I mean, isn't it a need for us to feel that we are part of Srila Prabhupada's movement? No matter where we stand and what situation we are in, aren't we part of Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON movement?
Yes, of course. We're very much apart. Hare Krishna. Um, very much apart, because what is that movement? It's hearing and chanting, following Srila Prabhupada's instructions.
Mataji?
So his instructions are to hear and chant
Yes.
Krishna, become Krishna conscious.
Yes.
One time there was a very prominent book distributor was in Atlanta when Prabhupada was visiting there, and he raised his hand. Everyone was big kirtan and everything, and then quiet down, and he raised his hand. He was holding a Bhagavatam because he was very famous for distributing books. And he said, Prabhupada, what pleases you the most? And he thought Prabhupada was going to say, distributing my books. Prabhupada said, to see that you are loving Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So this is our goal. We want to develop love of God. We're hearing from Srila Prabhupada. There are 9 islands. Hearing and chanting these are the different islands surrounding Lord Chaitanya's 9 petals. So
Navadvip.
yeah, there are different aspects of this movement. There are a lot of different
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam. It's not in the same order, but there's
something
9
like
of them.
not everybody's going to be doing all of them, and they're going to be different devotees will be situated differently, developing different aspects of the movement, and not everyone's going to understand what's going on either.
Yes, I'm not sure, Mataji, what is. I like you're doing this Shravan Kirtan Smaranam. You're emphasizing that. I am feeling something that I should be doing archanam to, and that I'm not doing that at the moment, which feels like I'm not doing something I'm supposed to do. So I think I have to kind of rearrange my life in such a way that I can take that up again, and kind of just to worship my home deities as if they were temple deities, and gradually raising the standard, according to how much I can free myself from taking care of the material body and
My experience,
attachments.
my experience is that without having in a situation where you're simply acting according to rules and regulations and schedules. In other words, you have some authority and you're a student telling you to do this, do that, get up at 3 in the morning, get up at, do like this for the deities. That's like external instructions. In the absence of that, it comes from within, the desire. And then my own experience is, I want to do something, I'm not doing it, why am I not doing it? This can go on for a while till it becomes totally unbearable. And you'll know when you've reached that point.
Okay, Mataji. I
No,
think
you'll know very well when you reach that point.
yes.
And
I'm
then
thinking I'm moving in that direction because I'm starting to feeling more and more guilty.
it's like cooking.
And
It's like cooking sweet rice. You know, you're stirring it, stirring it, stirring it. The heat's building up, and then, or making popcorn. Really, it's more like making popcorn.
there is no pop.
What's it gonna pop? Okay, and then one pops, they all start popping, and then the whole thing. So
We'll keep you posted. Progress.
on a spontaneous attraction to serving Krishna, it seems,
Actually,
my experience is it's more like that. That the desire is there, and it builds and it builds and it builds, and then it can go off at some point.
well, at some days, Mataji, I feel inspired and I do it, but it's not something I do every day steadily. And I'm not sure if I'm being offensive or not, or just kind of that I should accept that sometimes I feel inspired and sometimes I don't feel so inspired to do. Like sometimes I will go and just like buy flowers and make garlands for the deities and things. But shouldn't I be doing that like regularly? Because regularity is a must of deity worship. But in the temple, that is very stringently followed. And I'm thinking, should I be striving to follow,
Home
like
deities,
some.
home deities are a little different. In the temple situation, the deity has been installed, and it's his house or their house, and everything revolves around them, and everyone there is their servant. In a home deity, it's more like it's your home by Krishna's arrangement. You've invited Krishna to come, and he's kind of like a guest. He's kind of like visiting. It's like, and he comes and he accepts the service whenever you offer something to him. It's a little different. At least that's the way I've heard it explained, and it kind of makes sense to me because of the home situation. Not everyone in the home is like totally focusing on Krishna like in a temple. So it's more like he's there and he comes to accept whenever you offer a little incense. Okay, he comes and he accepts. You offer a little prasadam. Okay, he comes and he accepts. But it's a little different. Does that make any sense? I mean, I heard that explanation.
Yes, ma'am. It reminds me of the Karmakant pujas. Then they do have a puja, and then they invite the deities. They invite everyone, and they do the puja, and then they ask them to leave again. But we don't want Krishna to come and leave again. We want him to stay. But at the same time, it's easier for, I don't know, I think for me also, like, actually just chanting, trying to keep this chanting going on. And I think Prabhupada said somewhere, when you have Lord Chaitanya, we don't have, like in the temple, you don't have qualified priests, qualified pujaris. What's best is to have Lord Chaitanya, picture or deities, and worship him through kirtan.
Yeah.
Because Lord Chaitanya is worshipped through kirtan, and the chanting of Hare Krishna. So I'm thinking, if maybe that is the focus point, and
And
then,
Lord Chaitanya recommends Bhagavatam reading and Bhagavad Gita.
yes.
And of course,
So
Chaitanya Charitamrita, because that is what.
yes, so I'm like, maybe that is for me the way to kind of, yes, give it a
Find,
new direction.
find that relationship with Krishna that you want. Mm.
Yes, I think somehow I have to kind of, I have to move forward in a certain way. And I think maybe I have to kind of make like a decision to chant and read, regularly for the deities,
Yes, yes. Out loud.
in front of the deities, so
Read
that,
out loud.
like a daily practice.
Prabhupada and read. Yes.
Yes, and that way, this actually like the doorway
To
to,
do ring bells and offer flowers and things like that
yes,
without reading and without kirtan is not good.
yes,
'Cause
because that is
that's why
everything has,
the movement is
yes,
the yajna is the chanting and the hearing. So just to ring bells and offer, it's okay, it's something, but without that, chanting Hare Krishna and speaking out loud like that, then something's definitely missing.
yes, but yes, I have to find, try to get, Krishna's mercy and
You read to
guidance
them
in.
like that. If you read to them like that out loud, Hare Krishna, they
Yes,
will
I
never
think
leave
that's.
you. They'll never leave you. It's like, they'll be so happy again because they like to hear.
Yes, yes, I think I'm going to read Chaitanya Charitamrita for Lord Chaitanya. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to make that a vow, even like for 10 minutes a day. And I'm going to just have start Chaitanya Charitamrita and just read them for my Gornitai. They have been with me for quite some time, actually. I got them in 1993 from Vrindavan. So now I feel that. I really feel from my heart that I should be taking nicer care of my deities. So
If you start to read to them like that, then they may be able to direct you more.
yes, I think I have to make a little start somewhere, because I get so bewildered thinking, if I have to do from morning to evening like a whole program, and I'm thinking I can't do that and I can't keep it up.
No.
But I can definitely read for them at least once in the day, and then, maybe then move to twice in day, and, like that. I have to kind of make an endeavor at least to see what is.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Mataji Prabhu, for yes, I reached some conclusion of how to go forward.
Yeah. The next step in serving the deity,
Next step.
that the reading and the chanting is not separate from deity worship. Wow, that's
Yes, yes, that is yes. That's because then I should serve them by reading for them for their pleasure.
Hare Krishna. Wow.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Haribol.
I'll
Haribo.
having so much fun. I'll reschedule the appointment. The heck with it.
Oh, wow.
I'm
You
late
can do that.
already.
You can
Yeah,
reschedule,
I'll reschedule.
but you have to call them now or something.
Not now. Call them late. I'm already late.
Oh, oh. Okay, Mataji, thank you so much.
Thanks.
So
There was
what is more for the program
one thing I
today?
We
remember
never know where
Maharaj.
this is gonna go. What in that, Prabhu?
Like when Krishna Mataji was speaking, everything what she was speaking, I was relating it to me also. She was speaking, when a devotee feels, only a devotee can feel guilt in devotion. No one else can feel guilt in devotion. And when you're feeling guilt in devotion, that means you're really on the that direction. And a lot of things I came to know is that a particular kind of you should develop your own plan for your devotion. Everyone cannot do it the same way. Like when she was telling that she
Yes.
is going to plan Chaitanya Charitamrita in front of the deities. So you should do it. Something should be there.
Yes.
There should be a daily practice. There should be a daily practice which
Exactly.
you do. Even if you do it for 1 minute, even if you do for 2 minutes or five, or an hour totally, that should be completely done without irrespective of the conditions. There was my god brother's elder brother actually. He actually told the same thing to my god brother that whatever you do in your day completely, you just do one particular service, you just fix one particular service and do that service without any
Steadily.
fail every day.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
your
It's
then
like
your love towards Krishna will get firm.
Nityam.
Like
Nityam
he
Bhagavad
was saying
Sevaya.
this, like he went to IIT Chennai, like his brother studies at IIT Chennai. He's doing his uh, PhD there, and my god brother actually he went to see him. So he was near ISKCON Chennai. So he wanted to do something. He wanted to do some service. So he said, his brother said, here or anywhere else, you just take a flower and keep it to God, or you just clean the temple maybe, or you do anything. You do one particular service. You just fix that one particular service and you just do it. Then your Krishna consciousness will be firm. In, that's what I was. That's how I can relate. And a
Yes.
lot of things is that consistency, how to be consistent, self retrospection of what we are actually like, what we want to do and how far we are reaching, and are we able to do that, and a report of actually what we are doing. All those things really help.
I,
You
Yes.
have
You
done
put
my
it
homework,
very
Mataji. You have
nicely.
done my homework.
I've got that. I've gotten to that point with Tulsi Devi.
Yes.
She's she's a pure devotee, and she's in a form that requires, she's so submissive as
Yeah.
a plant, so easy to get attached to taking care of Tulsi Devi because she needs a lot of taking care of, but she's a little plant. She
Yes.
doesn't argue with you or anything. You give a little water, it's nice, you pick a few
Yeah,
leaves. Oh,
but
thank you, Krishna.
she is Bhakti Devi. She is the giver of devotion.
She's so merciful like that. So because she's so tolerant,
Yes.
tree, tolerant as a tree, and is she tolerant? So I guess I'm fortunate like that in that I'm fairly regular in taking care of Tulsi Devi every
Your
day.
Tulsi,
Not big
your
elaborate.
Tulsi
No,
Devi is
I don't
queen
do
of
like
sources, Mataji.
not big elaborate. I go in, I water her, I make sure I collect the manjaris, and then I have a little altar, but it's not elaborate. It's just some pictures.
Simple.
Very simple, but I can do
Beautiful.
it, and I do it every day. Not
For
always at
me,
the same time.
Mata is so difficult to make Tulsi Devi survive the winter in my house. I um, I always have her nicely in the summer, and then in the winter she kind of dries away. This year was different. I got a greenhouse. I got like a house for her, and she survived the winter. And then just after the winter, she dried up. So I'm not sure how it's going to go this year. I'm trying to I hope I can make her stay
I always
permanently.
I always wanted to be able to serve Tulsi Devi in a climate where she could just grow in the ground.
Yes, you're so fortunate, Mata.
So, yeah, it's like Hare Krishna.
I hope one day I can be like that as well. Live back in a warm country where I can have
Like
Tulsi.
Mayapur or something like that.
Yes, because when I was born, Mataji, we had Tulsi, we had like a garden of Tulsi. We had we had outside our house. We had like a garden of Tulsi, and we had this how do you call them? This green, yellow flowers. We call them African, just Gena. How could you call Gena in English, Anand? Genda. You
Wha-
know
wha-
Gena. Gena ke phool. You know,
Which full Mataji?
marigold.
Yeah.
Marigold. We used to have this orange and yellow marigolds, lots of it, and Tulsi Devi,
Mataji,
it
did
was,
you and me live in the same house?
pardon?
Did you and me live in the same house? You were exactly
Really? You have
describing the
that?
house which I
Yeah,
which
because
I
that's
was there when I was a kid.
where I was born in Suriname. We had streaming water in the front of the house. We had rice fields. We had cows. We had our own. It was such a wonderful place actually to be born. Unfortunate that my parents left there. It was completely mode of goodness and simple living. But I know I used to play through the garden of our Tulsi garden. I would smell like Tulsi Devi, all my clothes and everything. And also I had a pastime with Tulsi Devi was my grandmother. She used to go and visit her parents, and then she had to go like to the top of the village, and it so happened that the boat she was had to take was always coming at the same time I was coming from school, and to avoid me, she would like hide in the bushes of this Tulsi Devi, in someone's garden. And after sometimes, because I catched her, I knew, so I was always looking there if she was there. But this is something I somehow see this lavish, huge Tulsi garden. It was like hundreds of Tulsis there. And if I think, I still remember the smell, this overwhelming smell of Tulsi Devi. And every time I would catch them, my grandmother wouldn't be able to go on her own, then she would have to take me, and then she would send a message to my mother that I caught her out, and that was her hiding place, in the bushes of Tulsi Devi. So funny. Well, it was a little remembrance I wanted to share with you both.
Nice.
But
Like
I
I was
hope so that one day maybe I can have a little cottage somewhere in a warm country where I can have Tulsi Devi just in my lawn, and she will be there all the time with flowers. Can dream. Thank you for the darshan, Mataji. Tulsi Maharani ki jai.
Hey.
Nayane Haribo Sada.
Hari Govinda. We never know where we're going, do we? It's always
No.
Krishna. But where in the universe we find Krishna?
like Mataji, I want to share a small thing, a very small thing that when Krishna Mataji was telling about her childhood, childhood past, when she had all this great fun with Tulsi Devi and her grandmother. I really think that I don't know about Krishna Mataji's pastime, but I I really feel that when I had the facility, of really getting into the bhakti, either I did not have the proper age or I did not have the proper realization. Because when the place where I was there, I was there since from 1999, maybe 2000, yeah, 2000, maybe 2000 to 2009. So 9 years I was there in the place, like like almost all the places there was Tulsi Devi, almost all. It was filled up with Tulsi Devi.
Okay.
A corner there, like I had a huge backyard. And second, that was one house, and the other house, it had much. It's an independent bungalow. So I had another, like, I don't know, Mataji. When I had the facility, I don't know. I did not have the proper realization.
Well, but
Now I
I
really,
think
I really,
somehow
I
still
really miss I
Tulsi
really
Devi
miss
was
my
there
old
to
house. I really
bless.
miss my old house.
You have Tulsi Devi now where you live?
Yeah, I have Tulsi Devi now. The thing is that it is restricted to a very small place in a very small pot, and I have only one Tulsi Devi.
Acha,
I
okay.
cannot really handle it when I don't know if it grows so big. I don't think I can handle it. I have to keep it somewhere outside. But when I had the facility of growing Tulsi Devi so huge, immense,
Yeah.
infinite. You grow. even to the height of the building, I don't care like that. I had that huge place. Now I'm restricting Tulsi Devi to its, very small confinement.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
I had a, I
Meena,
avoid this
Meena
thing.
Mataji has her nicely in the garden.
Yes, Manaji, there are peacocks, some young
Peacocks, bananas, mango.
baby
Mangoes.
peacock.
I don't know how long I'll be here. I'm here
All
now.
kind of
I don't.
fruits.
Thank you, Krishna. Let me use this
Yes.
to remember you, become more Krishna conscious. I don't know. It could get taken away in a second. We don't know. But for now,
Yes. Now it's nice.
let me be in the present moment and recognize this Krishna's mercy. And then where the next
So
moment is, I don't know, but I'll
yeah,
have to find Krishna in it wherever it is. So right now,
I think we have to take care of every facility that we have,
Yes.
and because if we don't take care of that, Krishna will take away,
and
so
actually um, out of the material world altogether and situated in our actual devotional life. Whatever and this is why my realization is because I've been through so many situations. My goodness, it's like a Ferris wheel or a merry-go-round or something. It's like woof, and then next day I'm over here, and then I'm just being carried away this way, that way. So for me to think it's foolishness for me to consider that this situation won't change.
it's
It
not,
will.
yes,
It
it's
will.
not permanent.
It will
It's
change.
like it's the same with me, Mataji. I'm living in this house now for 14 years, and that's very long time for
Like
me.
forever. Yeah.
Yes, because from birth, I was like every year, every 2 years, I moved, to another place, another town, another city. And this is another house. And in this house is the longest I've ever lived. So Krishna gave me, it's like becoming like a permanent place. But I know it's not permanent. Everything will can change in a moment. So now I have a nice facility. I'm not using it. Like the same thing is coming. I'm not fully be showing Krishna my appreciation for what I have, and I got to start doing that some other.
Mataji, one more thing I'll need to share is that like it might be a little out of topic since we are talking about past when our lives, but thing is that and for like I actually found a point with the whole thing when we are talking about we are actually uh, thinking that Krishna is not pleased. He is not pleased by us, and he is taking away the facility, or he is not pleased. But like we are not able to set, not like that. Like we are always thinking there is a like I don't know it's a misconception or not. Like as far as I am concerned, I think if I consider that Krishna is a very merciful person, like he is giving one particular facility to us, and if we are unable to be Krishna conscious in that particular facility, he is actually removing that and he is giving us some other facility.
Mm.
And even if we are not getting Krishna conscious in that, he is giving some other facility. So when we understand this point, maybe it is exclusively related to me. So basically, what I'm thinking is that if I really understand that point, so what is the next thought? The next thought is that when a person is giving me so many facilities to just give a small thought in our mind that okay, there is someone, there is a creator, there is a person who eternally loves me, and feeling so sorry that okay, this facility is not working, next facility, okay, this facility is also not working, the next facility. So we should actually feel the pinch in our heart that okay, this person is arranging these many things, we are eligible or not eligible, but for a higher purpose.
Yes,
We are unable to please
yes.
that person. We are unable to please that person in any of the facility which he is giving us.
Yeah.
Like it is exclusively related to me. That's what I wanted to share.
The,
You
the,
know,
you're
I
right.
have a
very
I
much.
had I have my own room now. I have my own room now. I have, I'm so independent in my room now. There are so many facilities in my room. I have an AC. I have everything. I have everything at my disposal. Even when Krishna has given me this kind of a facility to be alone or to be, in a solitude, to think actually what I am, or the higher purpose, I'm not actually utilizing the purpose completely.
And
So,
that's also
if we
my
actually
regret, you see.
if we actually think that Krishna, if we instead of thinking that Krishna is being rude to us by taking off the facility, if we think that Krishna is being so merciful and taking so much pain on his point of view, and we are still failing him, that will make, a better, loving relationship between human and God.
Yes, we have to appreciate what Krishna is giving us, all the time in all circumstances. Krishna is there to help, and he always adjusts circumstances so that we can, we take the next step, become more dependent on him, and it's like also recognize, where he is helping us and how he is helping us.
Yeah, I
I
really like that
Not,
point
not,
about
not only
how
recognition, Mataji, not only recognition. It is that we should understand how we are failing in every single step. Like, even if we get the facility, even if we get the deliverance, even if we get what we want, how we are actually failing to understand the right purpose of that particular thing.
Well, that's what I was just trying to convey, that I feel this thing that, nothing is keeping me behind, that is nothing that is there that is keeping me from advancing in Krishna consciousness except myself. I'm my own
Yes,
enemy. My
yes.
laziness and, not being, serious enough, that kind of completely go for it, full-heartedly and lovingly, not appreciating enough. That's the disease. We got so much mercy. We have so much facilities given to us, and we are there just fooling around, not making most use of it. I mean, and on the other hand, we shouldn't lament. We should, that's also a disease. We should just do it.
you want
Some
to
other make a
you want
start.
to you want to chant and read a little bit.
Yes, yes. I think that's better than just getting into this. I should this or I should that. Just chant. Confirmed. Oh, it's harmonia. Harmonica? What is you have this blow.
Like, I want to love Krishna more and more, Mataji, by sharing this kind of, I'm actually feeling a lot guilty inside.
Actually, Krishna wants us to discuss, so we can kind of understand within ourselves what is our next step. Because that's what we're trying to find out. What is our next step? Isn't it? I mean, that's what I'm looking for. Is kind of, and that's what I'm getting through this association. Is kind of finding out the next step, next step, next baby step.
Yeah. So, Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hey, let's that.
Let's just chant.
Not to block out Krishna, but to this. We're singing for the deity. We're singing for Krishna. For Krishna's present, His holy name. So, think like that. It's not like well, we were just talking about Krishna, but now we're going to chant.
No,
I
now we're
like,
going to concentrate on Krishna.
but yeah, we're like when we're talking, we're saying, "How can I serve you? I want to serve you. How can I serve you?"
Yes.
And that's the chant. Is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That is the chant. So trying to get there. How can I serve you, Krishna? But the thing is also, just by chanting is serving Krishna.
Yes, it is like I read once. How was it put? It is not that by chanting of Hare Krishna, we have to achieve some goal. The goal is actually also chanting Hare Krishna. We, the means and the goal is the same because we chant Hare Krishna just to realize, the sweetness of chanting Hare Krishna, because Krishna is in his name. So by the chanting, we will get the pure chanting. And that pure chanting connects us with Krishna eternally. Okay lang it.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Ivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayam Vishnu Bhad Paramahamsa Bharabhajikacharya Asdasarasataji Shiman His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jaya.
Hare Krishna.
Wow. Hare Krishna.
Who's next? Take a dip in the ocean. Hare Krishna.
Anand, I heard yesterday you want to sing.
Yeah. So today I found Meena Mataji's, it's a kirtan so relaxing, I found it very relaxing. I was actually, swinging. I felt like, she was actually massaging my head. The kirtan. So beautiful, Mataji. It's gone now, baby. Therapy is working. Therapy, kirtan therapy.
Therapists, definitely. Yes.
Who's next? Who's the next therapist?
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Brajana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Brajana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Brajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kulja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kulja Bihari. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhaja Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaur Premanande Haribo
Haribo.
Hari Hari Bo, Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Gauditai ki jai, Shri Radha Gopinath ki jai, Gaur Premanandi, Hare Hare Bol.
You have a sweet chocolate in your voice, you know that?
It's Krishna's name. They just dance on the tongue.
Dancing. That's what was going on. Dancing. Krishna.
I can't help it. Krishna yes dance. At some point Krishna dance on the tongue.
Trying to catch Krishna and he keeps dancing.
Krishna is so sweet. Really, Krishna's early names are so sweet.
Pretty long. Govinda. Let's read.
Mataji, I need to go today. Can I take a leave?
Oh.
Yes. Actually, I have to drop my mother at the railway station. So.
Oh, you said, yeah.
Yes.
But Meena Mataji cancelled her appointment to stay with us.
You can't cancel his mother. Come on.
Oh, you had to take your mother to the station. Was it today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I had to be a little early, because she wants to upgrade to a higher class of, ticket.
Okay.
I have to move early.
I hope she has a nice journey.
May Krishna go with you.
Nicely. Yes.
Krishna go with you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you for your association, Anant Prabhu. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
You bring so much. You bring so much when you come. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Haribol. Haribol.
Oh, wow.
Nice association.
Oh. I don't know. How is this happening? I have no idea. Govinda.
Such a nice boy. Well, he's fresh.
Inconceivable. His realizations. He's such good realizations. He's not just
Krishna is giving him all this realizations.
Repeating something he heard somebody else say,
His own realizations. And he tells them also in his own way. It's really
the way
beautiful.
he unfolds them and presents them. It's like an offering. He's making an offering every time. It's beautiful.
A future preacher in the butt. He'll be a good, developing his Krishna consciousness. He will become a nice preacher of Krishna consciousness.
I know. I'll be sitting here, bump on a log as usual, and he'll be like all over the world,
traveling and preaching. Yes.
Come and visit your old grandmother sometimes. I hope so.
Yes. May he be blessed.
Krishna. Let's read some. Because, what do you think?
Yes, Mataji. I think we have to start the chapter 3 again.
Start it again?
Together. Yes, because last time we lost it.
Oh, it was all love. Yes. Okay.
So
I don't can start it anyway, so we read it again.
But yes, I think it's good if we start chapter 3 again.
Yeah.
And then it kind of yes. because we already forgot. I forgot already what we.
It'll look it'll look vaguely familiar as we start reading again.
Yes, then we'll come back a little bit. Then we remember. Oh, we were discussing that. Because that was the YouTube. YouTube cut out the whole presentation in more than the half, and then the other one didn't make so much sense.
Maybe there's something here we're supposed to read again. That's why.
Yes, I Krishnas want us to read maybe again, go trace back and see what we missed. Maybe we come across something that was important and didn't. I maybe was not in the right frame of mind to
I have
grasp it at
total
that time.
forgetfulness, so it'll be all new to me again.
Yes, Mat.
I used to worry about that, like, oh, this is terrible. But no, it's wonderful because it's always fresh and new.
Yes. Like yesterday, he was Anand was telling he didn't mind if we started reading from the beginning again, but I think we went to because he has to catch up. But he has to catch up, so we continue. Then he has to
Well,
still
the only
catch up.
thing is we have other books we have to read too, so let's keep
Yeah.
going as much as possible.
Yes, but he can when we put these recordings up, instead of reading it again, he should just listen it. That's what I do. I go back and I always listen to the recordings of what I missed, so that I catch up that way.
Yeah, that's a way. Yeah,
So instead of going separately reading, just follow what we missed. Yes, that's what I do.
yeah, that's reading and recording is really good. Do you have a way to record when you read?
Mataji, I downloaded that program, but I couldn't get it to work. The link that you gave me, but
it may just
actually,
be an update. You may need the full program. It may just be an update. Let me find another link. I realized I think that's just an update, and without
I was wondering, Mataji, this program that you're using, you have to have like more people to partake. If you do it, or you can use record. If I could use like this same program.
do this, just go on Google Plus and don't do on air. They have two different types. There's
Right.
one just a video. Well, no, that won't record. You have to do the one on air.
Okay, so I have to go on air first, but I can do it only on my own too.
Now, the other thing is most computers have a built-in recorder.
Okay, I have to explore that.
Yeah, recorded on. You go into accessories, Windows accessories, and find the picture of the microphone. And then this headset you have is excellent. Your sound.
It's a good headset because it's with a USB.
It's excellent. Yeah.
A connection, so it's a good quality. And
your computer, set it up so your computer recognizes that.
Yes.
Headset, and then just record.
I have to still kind of find the right program for me to do a little practice with recording my own reading.
Then you can hear it, and if it's just, I find it helpful. I do it.
Yes, I think I want to do that also, Mataji, because then I can read it and then listen to it, and because while you read, you miss.
So nice. The more you hear it, the more it's like naturally part of you. It's not something you have to remember. It just becomes part of you. It's like it's yours.
Yes, that's imbibing. I think that's what then that it becomes indeed. That's what is needed.
Osmosis. Like a sponge.
Yes, osmosis. Yes, exactly. It has to become part of me.
Single cell mentality, single celled amoeba mentality. That's by emotion.
Yes. So
osmosis at work here. Okay.
Krishna consciousness osmosis.
Om Agina Timirandasya Gina Salakaya Chakshun Militamyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance. My spiritual master has opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my most respectful, humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master.
Srila Prabhupada. Jaya.
Jaya. Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 3, Karma Yoga, Text 1. Arjuna Uvacha Jayasi Chet Karmanaste Mata Budhir Janardana Tam Kim Karmani Gorimam Niyojayasi Keshava. Translation. Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Krishna, why do you urge me to engage in this ghastly warfare? If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, has very elaborately described the constitution of the soul in the previous chapter, with a view to deliver his intimate friend Arjuna from the ocean of material grief. And the path of realization has been recommended, Buddhi Yoga, or Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood to be inertia, and one with such a misunderstanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. But without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it is not advisable to chant the holy name of Krishna in a secluded place, where one may acquire only cheap adoration from the innocent public. Lost my place. Okay. Arjuna also thought of Krishna consciousness as Buddhi Yoga, or intelligence, spiritual advancement of knowledge, as something like, let me read that again. Arjuna also thought of Krishna consciousness, or Buddhi Yoga, or intelligence in spiritual advancement of knowledge, as something like retirement from active life and the practice of penance and austerity at a secluded place. In other words, he wanted to skillfully avoid the fighting by using Krishna consciousness as an excuse. But as a sincere student, he placed the matter before his master and questioned Krishna as to his best course of action. In answer, Lord Krishna elaborately explained Karma Yoga, or work in Krishna consciousness, in this third chapter. Text 2. Ya Misraneva Vakina Budhim Mohaya Sivame Tadekam Vadanishchicha Yena Shreyoham Apnuyam. Text 2. Translation. My intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please, tell me decisively what is most beneficial for me. Purport. In the previous chapter, as a prelude to the Bhagavad Gita, many different paths were explained, such as Sankhya Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, control of the senses by intelligence, work without fruit of desire, and the position of the neophyte. This was all presented unsystematically. A more organized outline of the path would be necessary for action and understanding. Arjuna, therefore, wanted to clear up these apparently confusing matters so that any common man could accept them without misinterpretation. Although Krishna had no intention of confusing Arjuna by any jugglery of words, Arjuna could not follow the process of Krishna consciousness, either by inertia or active service. In other words, by his questions, he is clearing the path of Krishna consciousness for all students who seriously want to understand the mystery of the Bhagavad Gita. Text 3. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Lokesmin dvi vidhanishta pura prokta mayaniga jnana yogena sankyanam karma yogena yoginam. Translation. The Blessed Lord said, O sinless Arjuna, I've already explained that there are two classes of men who realize the self. Some are inclined to understand him by empirical, philosophical speculation, and others are inclined to know him by devotional work. Purport. In the second chapter, verse 39, the Lord explained two kinds of procedures, namely Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga, or Buddha Yoga. In this verse, the Lord explains the same more clearly. Sankhya Yoga, or the analytical study of the nature of spirit and matter, is the subject matter for persons who are inclined to speculate and understand things by experimental knowledge and philosophy. The other class of men work in Krishna consciousness, as it is explained in the 61st verse of the second chapter. The Lord has explained also in the 39th verse that by working for the principles of Buddha Yoga or Krishna consciousness, one can be relieved from the bonds of action, and furthermore, there is no flaw in the process. The same principle is more clearly explained in the 61st verse, that this Buddha Yoga is to depend entirely on the Supreme, or more specifically, on Krishna. And in this way, all the senses can be brought under control very easily. Therefore, both the yogas are interdependent, as religion and philosophy. Religion without philosophy is sentiment, or sometimes fanaticism, while philosophy without religion is mental speculation. The ultimate goal is Krishna, because the philosophers who are also sincerely searching after the absolute truth come in the end to Krishna consciousness. This is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita. The whole process is to understand the real position of the self in relation to the super self. The indirect process is philosophical speculation, by which gradually one may come to the point of Krishna consciousness. And the other process is directly connecting with everything in Krishna consciousness. Of these two, the path of Krishna consciousness is better because it does not depend on purifying the senses by a philosophical process. Krishna consciousness is itself the purifying process, and by the direct method of devotional service, it is simultaneously easy and sublime. Text 4.
Mataji,
Yes,
I have a question here.
Oh, okay.
What is actually exactly meant by philosophical speculation? How do you how would one speculate philosophically?
to not take the actual meanings as they're presented in the Vedas. For instance, I remember Prabhupada describing it. Some people, they approach the Gita and they start to speculate that the Kurukshetra really means the body. It isn't really a place. It means the body, and the Pandavas are the five senses, like that. So they start to speculate, which is what Shankaracharya did. He had access to the Vedanta, but he speculated on what it meant. So Lord Chaitanya came to expose that it was simply speculation, that the meanings are self-evident. They are as it is. There's no need to speculate. They try to understand by philosophical speculation. I remember discussing that.
Speculation is actually stating what you think something means,
Exactly.
and because it's dealing with the subject matter of God or religion, it's called philosophical. Or am I right, Mataji? Because philosophy, there are so many different philosophies. You see,
Yeah,
philosophy.
they're all speculation.
Yes, ultimately they are all speculation, unless they lead you to Krishna.
All of them, all of the Dostoevsky, Nietzsche, Kant, the whole crowd, they're all speculating.
everyone is presenting,
All the material science, they're all speculating.
because someone is presenting, that is what I think, and I think this is the best, and this is how it's supposed to be.
And
And
they speculate
Srila Prabhupada,
nice. And they speculate. Sometimes they speculate on. They try to collect data through their senses, and then they speculate on what that means. They analyze the data, but it's
right, just like the theory of Darwin, you
speculation.
know,
Philosophical,
speculation, because they found some.
scientific, philosophical spec. When they apply it to trying to understand the nature of God, then it's like philosophical speculation. But
Yes, and otherwise
scientific,
it's material,
it's
scientific
speculation.
speculation.
The whole world is messed up because of all the speculation in the market.
Speculation.
That's speculation. Yeah.
Everything is, they
Gambling,
basing everything on
gambling,
speculation.
gambling, yeah, gambling.
Gambling, yes, yes. So they gamble on whether God. There is only two possibilities: either God exists or He doesn't exist. You get a 50-50% chance. So what you're going to?
Or that he's like this or he's like that, or
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
continuous speculation. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
but if there's a 50-50% chance, why they end up taking the, God doesn't exist? Isn't it safer to go for God exists?
Well, a bird in the hands were two in the bush. I've got this material situation, and I know I've got that, right? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, Mataji, thank you very much. Sorry for interrupting you, but I thought
No,
I
no,
will lose the question again if I don't
no,
ask
it's
it.
good. No, anything like that is good. Yeah, I might do that when you're reading sometime. It's good.
Yes.
Good. That's what we want. We want like mining for gems. We're looking for the treasure.
Yes, yes, yes. We have to kind of read more thoughtfully.
That was a treasure that we missed last time. That was
Yes, what is, yeah, philosophical speculation. What is that? You know, just a question popped up in the mind, so I thought
nice.
ask.
Text 4. Nakarmanam anaramban, nice karmyam purushošnute, nacha samya sanadiva, siddhim samadhigachati. Translation. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Purport. The renounced order of life can be accepted upon being purified by the discharge of prescribed duty. Again, the renounced order of life can be accepted upon being purified by the discharge of the prescribed form of duties, which are laid down just to purify the heart of materialistic men. Without purification, one cannot attain success by abruptly adopting the fourth order of life, sannyas. According to the empirical philosophers, simply by adopting sannyas or retiring from fruitive activities, one at once becomes as good as Narayan. But Lord Krishna does not approve this principle. Without purification of the heart, sannyas is simply a disturbance to the social order. On the other hand, if someone takes to the transcendental service of the Lord, even without discharging his prescribed duties, whatever he may be able to advance in the cause is accepted by the Lord. Buddhi Yoga. Swapam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatobayat. Even a slight performance of such a principle enables one to overcome great difficulties. Would you like to read? Would you like?
Mataji, also this, I remember hearing sometime back, the swalpam api yasha dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Here it is says even a slight performance of such a principle enables one to overcome great difficulties. But I heard also somewhere it was said that the greatest fear, it's you can avoid the greatest fear, and actually that the greatest fear is actually to lose the human form of life. So even a little bit of practicing Krishna consciousness enables you to take another human birth if you fail. So I was thinking, I was remembering that. There's
You,
that Mahatrayate Mahato Bhayat, is the biggest fear also. But I don't know where exactly I heard it. Maybe I read it somewhere or I heard it in a lecture of Srila Prabhupada also giving that meaning.
I always wondered about that too, because of that verse in the second chapter. It never lost, whatever, and can protect one from the greatest type of fear.
Greatest type of fear, yes, the Mahato Bhayat,
I
so
always wondered, what is that greatest type of fear? What is the fear? And then I also heard that same answer, but I don't know where I heard it, to lose the opportunity for human life.
yes,
I,
because yes, I heard that, but maybe I can search exactly. Sometimes I Google and search in the Prabhupada books.com. If I find it, I will post it.
okay,
Because the
yeah.
greatest type of fear, I heard that was actually losing the human form of life. That you're so sinful that you become fall back into the animal kingdom again.
Now, Prahlad Maharaj, he said the only fear he had was he was afraid of Maya. That's in the Bhagavatam in there somewhere. When Krishna, when he was offering his prayers, and Krishna wanted to give him a benediction, Nishingadev, he said that his only fear was
To
afraid of Maya.
for Maya.
He was afraid of Maya. He's a pure devotee, and he was afraid of Maya's influence. So that's another, but that
But
is connected.
yes, because Maya, depending on kind of what is your desire, you get the specific body. So, human life is meant for self-realization. And if you want to overindulge in, different kind of sense gratification, Krishna may just give us the suitable body to do that. Just
No,
like
we were talking
I
about
remember
that
that.
earlier. When Anant was saying how your situations change because you're not doing too well in the situation.
Right. So,
And
like, I remember Prabhupada saying something, oh, you want to, like indulge in sex life, unrestrictedly, the body of the hog, dog is more suited for that.
monkey, yeah, yeah.
Or you want to eat meat, then you become, like this the
Hi.
animal of prey, like a tiger. You want to just like be lazy and sleep, then you can be a tree. You stand there doing nothing.
Krishna's fulfilling all desires.
Yes.
You have to be
And
careful
so
what
at the
you
same,
ask for.
so so it's yes, but it's a fearful condition because we go further away from what we're meant for, actually, to go back to realize our own actual identity, and
Real
go
happiness.
back to,
Real
and
happiness.
yes, yeah, yes. So we kind of, and that's being in Maya, being in illusion, because then we forget that goal of life is
We think,
Vishnu.
oh, this will make me happy, and we go to get it, and we get kicked in the face, and
Yes.
over and over.
Again and again.
If I just had,
Yeah.
mm,
Yes, and then we could be put completely in illusion, and it's like, I think, but I remember also Srila Prabhupada giving an example of the ass of the is it the yeah is it the camel? The camel. He is eating these thorns, and it's like his mouth is bleeding, and he's thinking he's enjoying.
good, juicy. Mm.
So
Prabhupada compared that to sex, actually.
yes, chewing the chew also is.
Depleting
Yeah,
your own.
yes, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh, this is so nice, and you're like destroying your energy. Mm. Mm.
It's completely yeah, and you're taking his enjoyment.
Away from the intelligence. The intelligence is drained because that life force, that energy, is meant to nourish the
The
whatever
brains,
it is.
and it goes the other way. It's get you
The
lose it.
yoga. Yogis know that. The yogis know.
That's why they control the chakras, and that's
Mechanically, yeah, mechanically. Mm. Krishna.
amazing. So
Ever.
see, we did miss points.
I'm telling you, it's new to me.
Yes, it's like finding out new things.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, you wanted me already to read?
Yes. Yes.
Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tistatya karmakrit कार्यते हि अवस कर्म सर्व प्रकृति जैर्गुणै. All men are forced to act helplessly according to the impulses born of the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. This was text 5. Purport. It is not a question of embodied life, but it is the nature of the soul to be always active. Without the presence of the spirit soul, the material body cannot move. The body is only a dead vehicle to be worked by the spirit soul, which is always active and cannot stop even for a moment. As such, the spirit soul has to be engaged in the good work of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it will be engaged in occupations dictated by illusory energy. In contact with material energy, the spirit soul acquires material modes, and to purify the soul from such affinities, it is necessary to engage in the prescribed duties enjoined in the Shastras. But if the soul is engaged in the natural function of Krishna consciousness, where he is able to do is good for him. Whatever he is able to do is good for him. Sorry. The Srimad Bhagavatam affirms this. त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चराणां भुजयं हरेर्भजन्नपक्वोऽथ पतेत् ततो यदि यत्र क्व वा भद्रम् अभूत् अमुष्य किं को वार्थो आप्तो अभजतां स्वधर्मताम्. If someone takes to Krishna consciousness, even though he may not follow the prescribed duties in the Shastras, nor execute the devotional service properly, and even though he may fall down from the standard, there is no loss or evil for him. But if he carries out all the injunctions for purification in the Shastras, what does it avail him if he is not Krishna conscious? Bhagavatam 1:5-17. So we have to keep in mind the goal. The goal is to become Krishna conscious. So and then the fallbacks that I was lamenting, Mataji, that I fall down from the standards I was following before. Srila Prabhupada is encouraging here that there is no loss. I have to simply take it up again and continue. So the purificatory process is necessary for reaching the point of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, sannyas or any purificatory process is to help reach the ultimate goal of becoming Krishna conscious, without which everything is considered a failure. Text 6. Karmendriyani samyamya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sa uchyate. One
Well,
word.
I'm sorry. On this please excuse me, but
Sure.
this last sentence in text 5,
Yes, Mataji.
where Prabhupada is saying, sannyas or any purificatory process is to
Yes.
help the ultimate
Reach the
goal,
ultimate goal of life. So what we are doing
without,
also,
without which everything is considered a failure. Um, but he also says whatever one does in Krishna consciousness is never lost, so there's no failure because it accumulates. But ultimately, to reach the goal, like materially, Anant was talking about this the other day. If, like, in his school, if he has a course and he doesn't finish the course completely and get a certain grade, then it's lost. He has to take it again. He failed.
right, he has to follow the whole subject again
Failed.
and take all the text, then you're going to pass, because otherwise it's not, it
But
doesn't count again that you have done it
in this
partly.
sentence, it looks like Prabhupada saying that about Krishna consciousness. If you look at it briefly, is to help reach the ultimate goal of becoming Krishna consciousness, without which everything is considered a failure. This everything that he's referring to is not whatever someone has done devotionally. That word
No,
everything is referring to
right.
all the other stuff somebody does, the sacrifices,
Yes.
the
Yes, the thing is, like, if you take my understanding is, if you take sannyas or you undergo like tapasya, and you don't, your goal is not to become Krishna conscious, but you have some other ulterior motive, then it's useless.
Mhm.
So, because taking sannyas is meant to help you to become more Krishna conscious, not less Krishna conscious.
In other words, if you're not aimed at the goal, then whatever it is,
Then
doesn't
it is,
show.
yes, then
Exactly.
it
Even
can
if you do it
take you away from
perfectly,
Krishna
even if you do it
consciousness.
perfectly, you've got all the mantras down and all, and all the
Yes,
regulated and
yeah,
schedule, and it's like, which is actually impossible. Nobody can be perfect because of the nature of the material world, but pretty much perfect, it's still a failure if the goal isn't Krishna consciousness.
Krishna consciousness, because that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
So
So
you're
that's
missing the point. That you then they missing the point. In basically, it's said, it's very simply, you
but I
take
think
sannyas
somebody
and you don't.
doesn't reach the goal, but they're still practicing Krishna consciousness. It's not a failure
No,
because it's never lost.
no,
Yeah.
right,
And they'll pick up where
right,
they left off. Mm.
right. But if you lose the goal, then
Mm.
it's a failure, because you have done everything and then you lose the goal and you want something else instead of Krishna consciousness.
Heavenly planets.
Heavenly planets, or
I think.
yeah, most is like, the great danger is of being a sannyas, I think, the desire for profit, adoration, and distinction, and be worshipped. I
Which is
mean,
subtle.
fortunately we are saved from that.
That is a subtle form of sex. The
Yes,
profit adoration.
yes,
It's
last snare
subtle.
of Maya. I think
Fundamental. Yeah.
Prabhupada also calls it the last snare of Maya, profit, adoration, and distinction. You
Really,
know,
I heard that thinking, desiring to become one with God was the last snare.
with yeah, I think Prabhupada mentioned both.
Ah,
There's also, I think, I'm vaguely kind of is in the back of my head somewhere.
wow.
Last snare of Maya is also, Prabhupada does mention, I think, profit, adoration, distinction.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Maybe I got my facts wrong. I'm not a
Definitely,
pandit.
definitely Maya.
So,
Yeah. Whether it's the
yes,
last snare or the second
yes.
last snare, it's still
Well, the purpose of taking sannyas is to become, more Krishna
great
conscious.
for preaching. Yeah. Mm.
Yes. But if
At
you
least
get allured, and then it's a failure in that sense. Ultimately, also because the service you have done, that's eternal. I have to think, like, someone like, yeah, like this, all these persons who had taken the position of spiritual master, and then they did so much nice service and everything, and then at certain point they abandoned everything, including their disciples. What they have done for Srila Prabhupada and for his mission is to their eternal credit.
Yes.
But on the other hand, they didn't
They
they didn't
weren't sufficiently purified to be Prabhupada.
right.
You have to be sufficiently purified to take sannyas. That's why it's usually at the end of life. We had a lot of time to practice. But then he
Yes.
also makes the point that, but if the intention is for preaching, and then
Yes.
then it's okay. You can skip getting old before you do it.
Yes.
And so
So
Prabhupada,
I think
he
failure here.
Prabhupada had to do something. It was an emergency, so he went ahead. He explained
Right,
that.
madam. But then here, but then shouldn't we see the failure here is not like eternal condemnation, but
Oh no!
it's like a setback.
Yes,
It's a setback and not achieving the potential that you had. Kind of
they're
you
going
you
through
had.
a learning process. Those devotees,
Yeah. Yes.
a
Yes.
very painful learning process.
And still they are blessed, because I mean they have started their devotional life and they have reached such a exalted kind of stage. Even falling from that, they must have got some taste to which they have to when they take up and go on further.
They'll be rectified. They'll be rectified.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Srila Prabhupada will
Who knows?
surely.
It has to be in. It might have to be another. If the offenses are really great, maybe another lifetime or two. But maybe
Who
not. We
can
don't
say?
say.
We can't say, Mataji.
They'll be rectified. They're not. They're not unappreciated. It's just what
Srila
happened.
Prabhupada was very thankful for anyone who had come forward and help him. He would, also say, isn't it? You're all sent by my spiritual master.
Mhm.
So
Hare
I
Krishna.
was thinking that because I did tend to have that. I was feeling like disappointed and being, yeah, in a sense, cheated, and I tended to think badly about
Natural.
you know
Natural.
it's, I think it's in this one sense it's natural, but when I think about it, I think we all have to go our own path in Krishna consciousness. So it is kind of part of life.
Have you had much exposure to Chaitanya Charitamrita at all? Have you
I have read,
the whole?
not intensively.
Uh,
I
because
have
it
read.
helps to understand what goes on with Lord Chaitanya, and how some very unusual things take place in Chaitanya Leela, and it is his movement. So it really helps. At least it helped me to take the sting out of a lot of stuff, to understand, how extraordinary Lord Chaitanya is, and
Yes,
how the things
most.
go on. Yeah, how he's doing some
I have
really
to yes, I have to read it, Mataji. I have
yeah,
to read it. Yes, I have to go
yeah. Oh,
definitely
oh,
read
that's the
more.
service for the deities. I forgot. Yeah, okay. Good.
Yes. So that will be the start, and then I'll carry on. But it's
Adi Leela
time.
is really heavy though. Adi Leela Volume One is like really intense reading. Once you
Yes,
get
I read
a little
Adi
lighter,
I read, but
a little lighter,
I
the
was
pastimes later. But it's very, very deep philosophical stuff in the first Adi Leela. Hare
yes,
Krishna.
I've read, but I read it, but it didn't that all didn't stick. I read. I think I read up till half of Madhya Lila, but I have to go back. I want to systematically read and try to
Osmosis, osmosis.
osmosis, yeah, right?
Well,
Apply the process.
we have to stay exposed. Keep getting that
Yeah,
exposure.
it's like we are like the iron out of the fire. It's the
Yes.
same
Oh
with
wow.
our knowledge, and that kind of being tuned in. As soon as we stop reading,
It
we
gets
go
cold.
dull again.
Yeah. Wow. That's great.
And when we read, we are like become like fire. Become like that's why it's very good that being the term being fired up. When you're connected and you're like reading, and
I never
it's
made that
like
connection with the iron, but hearing your take on it's like yes, yes. Hare Krishna.
So we have to kind of voluntarily put ourselves, place ourselves in the fire, and then
Yeah.
we get that, take the same quality, they become like fire, and that will burn the impurities.
So take prasadam, and then your body becomes prasadam because you absorb the prasadam. Really, the body becomes
Yes,
prasadam because
yes, it becomes purified because also every 7 years the body changes completely.
all the
So
cells. Yeah,
all the cells were replaced.
stop
So,
taking prasadam. You have
but
to.
prashadam, yes, prashadam, quality of prashadam has to be also, we have to gradually improve the quality. We have to try to get more blessed food by Krishna. So when
More love,
according to
more
how
love.
much love and devotion we put into the
Not how
food,
many spices necessarily, but how much love and devotion. Yes, very good.
and then the sweeter the prashadam will be, or and how softer actually it will make us spiritually. That's my idea. That's how I envision.
Chanting the mantra is like that too, isn't it? Chanting Hare.
Yes, that clears the mirror of the mind. So prashadam clears the body, and the mantra clears the mind.
After a while, the mantra is like it's like you hear it not just through your ears or your mind. It's like you start to
Yes.
every
Then
cell.
will the bodies on my hair stand on end, and
Every cell is going Hare Krishna. Like you take prasadam, the whole body's nourished. When you're chanting Hare
yes.
Krishna,
But that's
the whole body
because Krishna is absolute. So Krishna's name, Krishna's prasadam, everything is absolute. So they can do any function,
is.
so they can reach any part of the body, mind, whatever, and purify it. That's a concept that's it's difficult to grasp, because
You have to
we
experience.
can,
You can hear,
yeah,
try to explain by taking part in it, getting in the fire like the yajna. You start to explain. Oh, it becomes clear. Oh, yes. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, because like we experience, we don't see, like Krishna says, Krishna can eat with his eyes, because it's absolute. He doesn't need to like put it in his mouth. Of his senses, he can perform any act, which is very difficult to like kind of even I cannot even start imagine how that's possible. But it
Yeah.
does
What does
convey
he
for
look
me.
like? What does he look like if he's? He must look really strange.
Yeah, so it's kind of, but we don't understand how, but we can taste how prashadam is, prashadam is completely out of this world. If you really, some other, I think you can have food and just like cook it and eat it. It's not the same as when it's offered to Krishna and you eat that. It's completely different, and you feel different. So even though we don't understand how the process works, you can see that it's of a different quality. And what actually what gives convinces me more than anything is seeing actually people practicing Krishna consciousness. They change, even how they look, like it's like the purity comes out, and it shines. You see it on their faces. You look like there's millions of karmis, and have your devotees always look completely different from
Mm-hmm.
them. It's like
They're always
devotees
vibrant.
look clean, and they look, there is so
Right.
the pure, you
Right.
see they look bright and clean. It's like completely, it's obvious. And you see
You
people who,
radiate, you radiate something. Yes.
how more people practice Krishna consciousness, how more radiant they become. It's like the soul shines through the body.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they say beauty comes from inside. You see people, they can, that comes out. So you can't hide it when you become, you by we can see that people who practice Krishna consciousness, is kind of a transformation takes place,
Hmm.
and that we can see, like even people coming to the temple, or taking up the process after very short time, 5 6 months, their features start to change, their eyes become clear. It's like, before you the people, I just was looking at myself, see if I make advancement. It's like eyes are blurred and they're not clear, but then when you get into clean consciousness, your eyes become bright. And I think that's, we say also, the eyes are like the windows to your soul. So that they are like, for the empirical people who want to see like proofs, these
Mm.
are very tangible proofs,
Mm. Mm.
isn't it? I mean, for me, at least it is. It's like proof
It
that the process is working.
it should be obvious, but
Not everyone can see it. I mean, when I see this Mataji, some of these devotees, like they look so beautiful with their saris and things, and they chant. Devotees look so pretty, so beautiful. And it attracts everyone. It's like Krishna is very attractive. The devotees practicing Krishna consciousness become very attractive. I,
it's
I
yeah,
personally was attracted to the
on
attractiveness
Harinam.
of the devotee.
On
Yes,
Harinam, it's
because
so obvious. Everybody's walking around, and the devotees are like,
yes, brilliant. When I saw the devotees, in 1974, Mataji, and the Srila Prabhupada was present at the time, and then you can see they were like surcharged. And I came there and I saw these devotees dancing with these shaved heads and the saffron. I was, oh my God, these people are coming from another planet altogether. I was saying they come from heaven. It was so beautiful. And
mm,
it was like also this purity was just like shining out of their faces.
mm-hmm. I
It
had
was
that
like,
too.
wow, wow, it was mind blowing.
First time I went to the temple, I had that. I was looking at all the devotees' faces. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. They were round, their eyes were clear.
Yes.
They were moon faces. It was all these moon faces. I was
Yes, this impression, it made a great impact on me because I was there on the dam square in the middle of all these people around, and you had a group of devotees in the middle, together, clustered and chanting. And I was thinking, wow, these people that are far out, they are so beautiful to look at, so attractive. It's not even, it's like just the devotees, the attractiveness of the devotees practicing Krishna conscious chanting is completely something. You can see that they are on different plane. That is not, that's difference
I didn't
between
know what
material
they
and
were
spiritual.
studying. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know. I was in the temple for like 6 weeks before I realized, oh, this is some kind of religion or something. You're talking about God. I was in the temple for like 6 weeks before pretty covered
So
over. But it was
so fortunate, just pulls
it's
in.
devotees. I just wanted to be with these people, and I just said I want to know what they're doing. I want if I'll stay long enough to find out. And I was attracted to the devotees.
Yeah, this definitely, this is very powerful, and that's why Harinam Sankirtan attracts people to Krishna consciousness, and it is more powerful how more pure the devotees are that go on and chant, how more they attract people to the
Mhm.
process of Krishna consciousness, because they, like, I remember even Bhagwan Prabhu was saying, when we go on Sankirtan and we want to distribute books, is that these people, they're not buying the books, they're buying you. They want to be happy like you,
Whatever
so
you're selling, they want it because they want.
because they see you, and
I
because
don't
you're
know what
so
it is, but I can see you, and whatever it is, I'll
right. So that's what they get attracted to.
the
And
devotee.
I think it's really very, very true, because if you want to become effective in preaching or attracting people, then we have to become like that, because it'll become, that's what attractive, with Srila Prabhupada it's so attractive. Everything he said to us, everything is so attractive. And if we can become like, even the tiny percentage of that purity we can cultivate and convey. So Krishna is all attractive through those qualities. He will attract people to himself.
Devotees have to give their association. They can't just preach facts and stuff. I mean, that's okay, but
Yes,
you don't. No
this
one.
personal interaction and personal association
Mhm.
is also very important.
Is most important. Most important. It has to have a Sankirtan yajna means devotees together.
Yes.
It's most important. Yeah. So,
Person,
I,
personal, make it personal. It says Krishna is a person, we
uh,
are persons, and we have to make our interactions personal.
well, Krishna's pleased. Krishna's pleased when we do that. He's pleased. So we want to.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Shall we stop? That's a nice
uh,
point, I think.
yeah, we're getting on to
Or
3 hours. Yeah,
yes, or you want to? Yes, maybe I'm not sure. You want to? Whatever you want.
yeah, I've got some things to do today, like reschedule an appointment and stuff.
Yes, thank you for canceling it to give us your association, Mataji.
Hi, Krishna. I couldn't leave. I was wondering if I'd be able to or not, and I realized
It's becoming our daily prashadam.
hopefully we're becoming addicted. That's the idea. We have to be,
Yes.
but then
Again,
again, we don't know. Maya is very strong. Anything can happen, but we're getting a taste. Yeah, I know I'm getting good taste. Hare Krishna.
it's
Anyway,
only not mental. It must be spiritual and going through. It must be felt sincerely from inside.
yeah.
Sometimes. But am I imagining it's just something superficial? But I don't think so. I think it's really kind of it's touching. It's touching the heart. It's touching,
Well, there's a lot going on here.
and it's
It's not just you and I talking. It's we're recording this and we're putting. Maybe somebody else will see. Maybe they'll want to be able to interact with other devotees like this. And then it increases. It's like it grows.
yes. Anandam Buddhivardhanam, the ocean of bliss.
Yeah.
That's the Sankirtan Yajna, the Cheto Darpan Marjanam to first is conveys this message too.
That's why I have to kind of chuckle a little bit on Facebook because everyone's hiding. They're all hiding there. They're hiding. Well, a lot of people have been hurt. Once
Yes,
burned, twice shy.
yes,
And they have a
exactly.
situation where they have what they need to live, and hopefully it's a little peaceful. It seems to be most people are in a fairly sane living arrangement because they have time to go on the internet and do stuff.
Yes,
So that
have the facilities also to get on internet.
well, they feel safe there, so they're sharing.
Yes,
I saw this video and look at this picture and look that festival went on over there. And they're watching.
yeah.
They've been burnt. A lot of people have been hurt, so they're afraid, to come out. So they're hiding. Everybody's had a taste, or they wouldn't keep doing that. Everyone's had a taste.
It's
Everyone wants wants to associate nicely in Krishna consciousness. So
I hope it becomes more and more possible that we can, set aside also like differences of, opinion and be united in with Krishna in the center, Srila Prabhupada's teachings in Krishna because it's nothing like it. So Srila Prabhupada's books are so sublime and Krishna consciousness is the greatest gift to mankind. His greatest gain in our own personal lives. And it's just like we fall short of realizing it. I think the day we start to really kind of understand and realize, our attitude will change. That
it's
we
coming. It takes a while. It's coming. Like anything that's growing. Remember that little video Anant put up about the bamboo? and how
Yes.
put it in the
Yeah.
ground. It takes 6 years for it
Yes.
to poke up.
Very encouraging.
And once it
Srila
pokes up, it
Prabhupada.
goes like, 20 stories high overnight,
Well, Lord Srila Prabhupada is a living example of, he was lifetime in preparation. Srila Prabhupada prepared whole life. And then he came out after at the age of 71, and this did something unimaginable in 10 years' time. You know what Srila Prabhupada achieved? But it didn't came like,
Yeah.
overnight. It didn't come, it came at the right time. It's sometimes we have to prepare ourselves for what Krishna wants us to do for him. You know, yes, mold us in a certain way, so
This is, uh, this is
we can
Prabhupada.
serve the purpose we are meant to fulfill.
Prabhupada at the, I think it's the Radha Damodar temple.
At the Damodar temple, is it Mataji?
I think so. And he was preparing all those years,
Yes, I
all
have
by
that book.
himself.
I have the part of the Prabhupada Lilamrita, lifetime in preparation.
Yeah.
So Srila Prabhupada very carefully prepared everything
Yeah, preparing.
before embarking on his preaching mission.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
And then that's simply to teach us, that some other we have to kind of strive to perfect our own life.
Yeah,
And
we're used to the way we live is fast lane. We have no patience.
yes, we want everything fast,
Yeah, it's like
fast moving. Everything is fast moving, and we want. That's
express,
why we are so attached to the results as well.
everything express. Yeah, yeah. Instant
We,
result. We want instant
instant
karma.
result. We
We
want to
want
see
instant karma.
results.
We don't want to wait for
There
our.
is
We want instant.
no patience. I have that's my a problem of me too. I have no patience. I want to kind of go move fast, too fast maybe.
Patience is a virtue. It's a good thing.
Well,
Patience.
we should be patient in some ways and not patient in other ways. I mean, when
Patient,
we have to,
yeah, patient
we
to
have to
wait for the mercy. We should be patient to wait for the mercy.
patient to get the mercy, yes, and we should be not patient in doing our duty. Should be eager to do our duty, and yeah, it's like that's it. Be patient. We are not so we are motivated always. It's not like we're not completely detached when we start off. We always have kind of a goal in mind. But at least if we can practice to be patient and leave the result, when Krishna finds we deserve or it's time and we won't make misuse, then he will reward, whatever way he wants to reward us. But we shouldn't be doing our service also with the expectation of any reward. And but sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's like I personally I think I want to see some sign of advancement. And in that I tend to get impatient. But then I think to
Well,
myself,
it, when I get like that, it's like it's time to cry, and then I know I'm making advancement.
that's true. That's true. Cry to cry. This desire to desire to desire.
I get like that, not getting anywhere, I can actually cry. Oh, then I know I'm making advancement.
But we shouldn't lament, Mataji, but isn't that the lamentation?
Um, Crying for Krishna, lamentation.
Lamenting that we're not advancing fast enough.
What is lamenting? What is lamenting? What does that mean, that word?
Lamenting is actually letting the opportunity pass that for making advancement.
I'm going to look it up, see what the difference is.
Lamenting is, yeah, grief for a missed opportunity, I think. In my own words, I would think lamenting is not taking the opportunity when it presents itself.
To
But
feel, to feel or express sorrow or regret for. To lament his absence. To feel, show, or express grief, sorrow, or regret. A formal expression of sorrow or mourning, especially in verse or song. So a lot of times it has to do when somebody passes away.
yeah, but it's also like in that case,
Mood of separation.
lamenting is mood of separation.
Yeah. So we want to get
We
them.
want Krishna's association. So when we lament, it's because we're not getting that association.
Hare Krishna. You know what? If we focus on hearing and chanting, a lot of it'll clear up.
Certainly. Srila Prabhupada said, everything I had to say, I've said in my books. And if there is anything you don't understand, you keep reading and the realization will come to you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. It takes practice. You have to practice.
So,
It'll come. You get the understanding by which they can come to me. It'll come. And the secret to it is in hearing and chanting.
We have to have the determination to go on.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
go on with the process.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So where do we get the determination?
May Krishna give me the more determination.
For me, I become determined when I see what my choices are.
There is no choice. What is the alternative?
That's what I mean. I've already tried everything the other way. You know, I know what it is. I don't have to guess. Some people learn by just hearing, you know, what their choices are. And, you know, I'm one of those ones that, you know, I had to make sure. I had to turn over every rock, you know, and see what was in there. Nope, not here. Nope, not here. Oh, no, definitely not there. Maybe it's over here. No, you know, when I'm being told it's not there, it's not there, it's not there. But still, I had to find out for sure, you know, find out. So I know already, you know, what the choices are. I know where they go. And so
yes,
then actually, it's easy to be determined because then you have knowledge.
Because you don't find solace anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not.
Ultimately, you surrender.
Yeah,
because it's only there in devotional surface.
It's like nothing has any attraction because, you know, I know what it all is.
Yeah, and nothing is worthwhile. Nothing gives pleasure.
No matter how fantastic,
how hard, yes,
how overwhelming it is. No, it's not there. Krishna.
But that's the developing of taste.
Krishna will save me. Krishna will protect me. I know that. Yeah, so that's easy to become determined when you know what your choices are.
Surely.
Yeah.
But it's the firm realization. Yes, that's what we want to develop more and more. You know, so I hope it dawns on me someday. You know. But anyway, I will start making my little endeavor to.
Yes, that's a huge endeavor.
To catch the attention.
A small step for mankind, huge step for the world. Standing on the moon. You know, this is bigger than that. This is bigger than when he stood on the moon. And we don't even think he stood on the moon, but that's another thing.
Yeah, it's another subject altogether.
This is a huge step. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe you'll backstep. You know, you take one step forward and it's two back. You know, we don't know. But it sounds good. It's a good plan. And
yeah, I've got to start some. I've got to got to do something and start somewhere.
Sounds like a good plan.
And kind of make a plan.
And if you don't follow through with it, then Krishna will make some other arrangement, you know, to try and help. So if this is the one that is going to be good for you.
Yes.
And I don't see how you can go wrong with it, really.
No.
But
it should be not too big. I shouldn't take
So it's
I shouldn't.
impossible to do. Like, I'm going to
Right.
make 6 offerings a day, and I'm going to
Yeah.
get, you know,
I did that before. I was thinking like from tomorrow on, I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock and I'm going to do my Mangalarti and do the whole morning program and chant my
oh my
Japa,
God.
and then I do for 2 days and I think, oh my God, I can't
No, no,
maintain it.
no, it's no. Anant brought
So
up a point. Anant's good. He said he's related what somebody else told him, but it was good. Just some, even if it's just some very small thing.
for a small thing and do it, yes, steadily.
My worship here is like, you can hardly even see it. It is small, but it's potent because I do it every day. And it's not even at the same time of day every day,
Yes.
but I do it
But
every
we
day.
have that as fixed. It's only is the chanting of our 16 rounds.
Yes.
No matter what,
Yes.
that's the daily routine. And I think that is what keeping me going, because
Sometimes,
I think,
I'll be honest with you, sometimes, something comes up, like I have to take my father to the emergency room, or I'm sick, or I get distracted. Sometimes I don't get them done.
well, then I catch them up the next day, When
I try, and sometimes I
I try
can't
to
because
finish my rounds every day, but sometimes because I get migraine and sometimes my headache is so bad that I just can't concentrate anymore. So then it happens that I have to stop and then catch it another day.
it's not like the way, at least the way I'm practicing Krishna consciousness. It's not like I have to be like a supermodel of everything being perfect for a whole bunch of neophytes who don't know anything about anything, and I have to be like perfect. It's not the way I'm practicing. I'm doing whatever it takes for me to stay somehow or other in Krishna consciousness, to keep hearing about Krishna, becoming more and more attached to Krishna, remembering Krishna, exposing myself to, mostly for me, it's hearing and chanting right now. So it's not like I have to put on a show of being a devotee. I don't.
No,
I don't
no,
have to. Who am I
no.
putting a show on for? It's not my service. Some devotees have to put on a show like that so
Yes,
that
they have to kind of,
I
because they have
think
the
they can
example.
follow. Yeah, they can be accepted as an authority.
Yes, authority. It's like the temple president. He has to make sure that he's there in the Mangalarti and he's seen to chant his japa,
Part of
you
their
know.
service. It's part of their
And so
service.
it's,
They have to
so
do it.
yes.
Who
But
knows?
I thought also,
Consciousness may be terrible, but they have to put on the show.
so actually what I'm trying always, Mataji, is like I'm trying to keep Krishna in my mind and every moment of the time, always, like Krishna, he's like here, I move about and doing things, but it is very close. Krishna is there, and as soon as I miss of something is
Did
not
he,
right,
did he
I know
go?
Krishna.
Did he go here yet, or is he just there? Is he?
I think it's more here than
Oh, okay. Okay.
it's
Okay.
like
He's
it's more
working his
here
way.
than
He's working his
I
way.
think. And yeah, because the heart is so hard-hearted, it's so hard. It's very hard to keep him in there.
Well,
It's more.
he's already in there.
I have to remind myself, oh, think of Krishna, don't forget him.
Hey. Where is he?
Don't.
He's in
Where
here.
is he?
He's in
It's more here still. It has
here.
to come down here.
That's all right. He has to start somewhere.
It's more in my head.
He'll work his way. He'll work his way.
That will be a blessing when he's there. Just now,
Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to hold him here, and not for thinking always, finding ways of how to think of him, so how to not forget him.
When he's here, you won't be able to forget.
Yeah, in one way, actually, it's not possible to forget him because even if I tried, it's not
The
something
only
that
way
I
he
can give up.
hears is with emotions. Here is what I heard and facts and proofs, and
Yes,
to get here, it has to be emotions. That's when he reveals in here. And that means all kinds of feelings: embarrassment, guilt,
yes,
confusion.
You know,
Not just
Mataji, I lost that. Some other kind of, it's just like I lost my innocence in Krishna consciousness. I'm not sure if this is sentimental or what, but when I was young, I had a diary, and it was addressed to Sham Sundar, and I used to tell him every day what I was doing. Like everything what I was experienced. I was like writing down for to Krishna. And some other, as I grew up, I stopped doing that, and I'm wondering why did I stop it? Because he's still my
oh,
best friend. So
you know,
I may resume that
yeah.
again. Like
Well, you
resuming my
may have
diary.
a little different way of it may not be the same way as when you were like a teenager, child, whatever.
Yes,
It
I
may
don't
be
know.
that process of writing like that.
Yes, and
That's
I
what
think that's
I
yesterday I felt
share
that.
out on Facebook. I put the stuff. It's embarrassing. Some of the stuff's embarrassing. I don't care. I put it out
Yes.
there even because writing. And then it's interesting. I get feedback from other devotees, and then I use some of the feedback I don't like, so I block them because they
Well,
don't
actually,
understand what
I have
I'm.
made for myself. I had one group. I had different groups, which with different postings, and I
I
have
see.
one group that is exclusively my own, where I can, when I have thoughts or I have doubts or whatever, I write it down, because then I can read it and it kind of reflects on my mind, and it's like I'm standing outside of myself, looking at
Mm,
myself.
exactly. Exactly.
So it is, and it's like it helps me. I can also express my feelings and my thoughts better when I write than when I speak.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'm more of a writer than of a speaker. It's a
Me too. Speaking is something new to me. For a long time I didn't talk to anybody. I had a vow of silence, even when I was working in the working world, and it was so bad that people didn't even notice I wasn't talking, like for
oh
2
my
weeks
god.
at a time, because I was so withdrawn. But this writing, yes, it. One thing I noticed for me is I can start to see myself as a performer on a stage. And so
Exactly.
I'm
You
much
take
more forgiving. I'm more forgiving of myself. Oh,
yes.
this is playing this part, is acting in this way. They had this feeling, they had that realization. And then I'm not also like super critical. I'm just like seeing myself as a performer in a play.
Yes, you
I
become
want
the
to improve my
observer.
performance, but yeah, not so
You
critical.
can become an observer, of your because otherwise, if you're just you're too emotional, you can sometimes by writing you can also distance a little bit, because you have to feel yourself, you have to feel your feelings and your thoughts when you write down, so you become like an
If it's
observer.
embarrassing, I can be embarrassed for that character.
Yes.
And sometimes I just laugh at the character, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it helps to kind of detach from the false ego also,
Yes.
because then you can have a look. Oh my God, that's me.
Like the little character on the Monopoly board, moving around.
Yes, it's helpful. Writing is helpful to kind of take that necessary distance, and it's not coming in the same way, because it was very innocent, and how I was doing it previously
And that's writing
was
for
like,
Krishna. That's writing for, I'm not writing for myself. I'm writing to please
yes,
Krishna when I do that.
I'm writing. So yeah, actually, I call it my path, because it's my search for what is my path to
Mhm.
Krishna.
Mhm.
You
Who
know,
am I in
the
relationship to Krishna?
yes.
Mhm.
So which but what I have to go through to kind of
Mhm.
make the best use of this human form of life that I got.
Bad bargain.
Make the use of this bad bargain. Best use of a bad bargain.
Hare Krishna.
So if I find the pitfalls and the things that I have to watch out for, and like find my strong points and my weak points, and kind of see how I can take advantage of my better inclinations, or better propensities, and kind of
When people want to, they go to these gymnasiums to build their bodies, right? And sometimes they work on these muscles and sometimes they work on other muscles.
yeah.
Look, where am
Then
I
they
weak?
have to
Where am I strong? what needs building so I can have a perfect.
Right.
Well, we're
Because we
building.
want to build our spiritual body.
Exactly.
We want
Exactly.
to develop our spiritual body. So the process is there, and then we have to see, what is it? How is the best way to go about it for me
Mhm.
in my circumstances? And what is working to my advantage and what is holding me back.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
yes,
Writing
like
is.
Anand said, being introspective, because that's ultimately what we want. After hearing all these things, there's so much knowledge, but finding out what is there that we have to take out of it and use it as our tools, to mold our own life, and then indeed, I should say, start developing that spiritual body because we will
Right.
need that.
Sankirtan Yajna is the recommended process for this age. And what we're doing here is Sankirtan.
Harinam, Harinam.
We are doing Sankirtan. This is Sankirtan. What we're doing. We're hearing and
Thank you,
chanting,
thank you.
remembering Krishna, discussing Krishna. This is Sankirtan. So you were asking earlier, well, I'm not part of the ISKCON Hare Krishna movement. Oh, yes, you are. we're,
I'm glad I
we're a
am.
little satellite somewhere, but we're definitely part. And I would say a
Yes.
very, very important part because we're approaching in a way that is very spontaneous. And that is a level that if we actually want to go back home, back to Godhead, to, you know, Goloka Vrindavan, it has to be spontaneous.
Yes.
It can
I have to
reach,
have that
devotees can reach
taste.
Vaikuntha under rules and regulations on reverence. It can reach Vaikuntha. But
Yes. But
if we want to go to Krishna Loka, it has to be on a spontaneous level. So
the
kind of
the
experiment.
but the rules and regulations sometimes it feels so dry. It's like too much duty in it and too little feeling. It's like it's much nicer when we have that little bit of feeling.
We
It's
have
like,
to be sufficiently purified to be able to access it, though. Okay,
yes,
yeah, our senses. So by following the rules and regulations, you reach a point where the senses are subdued, and so, but a certain amount of purification goes on. So without that, it's really hard to access this. Although it can be
yes,
done
because
by hearing about Krishna, it can be done, but you have to.
the danger is to think that we are there, because that's what I was just thinking. What is a sahajya?
Oh yeah, the
What is a
famous
sahajya? A sahajya thinks he is experiencing certain
you go
emotions.
my gopi outfit. Yeah.
Yes, and the kind of giving, but because you don't need to. I mean, if you're experiencing real Krishna consciousness, real bhava, real emotion, there's no need to kind of exhibit it. It's like you don't have to kind of, dress in a certain way or act in a certain way to make it known. I mean, I think it's a private internal thing, which it's so private because it's your ultimate relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I think nothing can be more private than that. But
Hare Krishna, Hare
have
Krishna.
to go through the fire of purification to qualify to
It's like what
even.
Prabhupada says. It's not advisable for a devotee to shirk their duties and go off and chant Hare Krishna alone to become Krishna conscious
Right.
without proper training. So
Yes.
it's not that
But it
it
will
should
be
be done.
also
It has to
but
be in the right way. It has to be in the right
yes,
way. Mm.
because on the other hand, there must be something wrong in our practicing if we don't come at some point to that level, because
Ah,
that's
interesting. That's an interesting point.
because
Ah,
isn't it, because the acharya is saying like that, that
you mean like stuck?
yes, means like, is that it, yes,
You
rules
mean
and
like the
regulations and
International Society for Rules and Regulations?
automatic repetition is like on automatic pilot, doing everything you have to do without emotion.
Yes, yeah, and then there's no taste, and then you can't stay. And then
Yeah.
Rupa Goswami, because it has to be taste. And then Upadeshamrita, I think it's the fourth verse, to follow the rules and regulations simply for the sake of
Yeah.
following them, or to not follow them and act whimsically.
Yes. So we have to watch out for both.
Fine line.
Find
Fine.
the balance.
And that's what Krishna is, when Arjuna is asking too, similarly in the Gita. Well, first you said, it's by intelligence, and which implies like philosophical understanding. And then you
Yes.
said by work. So I'm confused. Which is better? I'd rather go the
Yes.
philosophical way and avoid this particular duty. Could you please help me out on this? Because I don't like that duty right now. It's a fine
Yes.
line. It's a fine line.
Yes.
What
Fine
is
line.
Krishna? Where is Krishna in all of this?
Yeah, we have to.
Wow, we
Krishna.
really get into some stuff, don't we? My goodness.
We have to perform the duties. For what we have performed or prescribed
Prabhupada also
duties.
says it's possible to skip that stage. So with Krishna, anything's possible because the
Yes.
bottom line is Krishna.
Yes.
That's the bottom is Krishna. And you can skip all of the duties too.
Some other, we have to always think of Krishna and never forget him. That's the first. How do you call it?
Two rules. Those are actually the
Rules. Yes, that is the most important. Always remember Krishna and never forget him.
that's the rules.
So what helps us to remember Krishna always, that we have to apply. And that may be different from person
expands
to
out
person.
from there. And then expands out from there. Like,
Because this is a day for
how do I always remember Krishna and not forget Krishna in this situation? How do I remember Krishna and not forget Krishna in this situation? Because the situations are different. The rules are the same, but the situations are like all different.
situation change.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it
And how to always see Krishna in every situation. Or take it as Krishna's mercy, whatever situation you're placed in.
see,
It's like
really like when we say seeing, it's like the eye.
the eyes, no, but
More like perceiving Krishna, perceiving
perceive.
Krishna's presence.
Yes.
It's a
Yes,
different
perceiving is. Yes, I think perceive is indeed a better word.
a different kind of seeing.
Choice.
So
Yes.
seeing, but it's a more
It's not a literally meaning of
bigger sense. Yeah.
it's much broader.
Be conscious of Krishna.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
What a novel idea. Become conscious of Krishna. Oh my goodness.
Become conscious first and
There
then
we go. Wanting to take credit for these things. I came up with that. Krishna conscious. Sorry. I like to play. I'm very playful.
Krishna Bhavana Amrita Sindhu. Srila Prabhupada made it up, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It was Krishna Bhavana Amrita Sindhu. It's from Nectar of Devotion, Krishna Bhavana Amrita Sindhu. And Srila Prabhupada kind of played around with it. They came with the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and then he made ISKCON out of it.
And he said that if he had said, he was asked, why don't you say God?
International Society for God Consciousness.
No, because they'll bring so many gods.
Yeah. Is that what he said?
Yeah. If I do that,
Anyway,
everyone will bring some gods, and we don't. This is Krishna consciousness.
What Srila Prabhupada did as no one before is emphasize Krishna everywhere. Everywhere in his writings is so much. It's always Krishna, 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 Krishna. It's like for most favorite name of God is Krishna. Because it's like. The other people, they use, God, or describe it in some other way of Narayan, Vishnu, even Prabhupada, Govinda, Gopa, Madhusudan, all this name he chose for Krishna, the name of Krishna. Because Govinda is also Krishna. A very foremost name of Krishna is also Govinda.
Yes, Krishna, even in the Maha Mantra, Krishna.
Because the Maha Mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
How
Ram,
important
Hare
that
Hare.
particular name is Krishna.
So it's emphasis on Krishna.
Mm. Krishna
So
and
it's a
Krishna.
thousand. Is it 1,000 names of Narayan is equal to three
Ram.
names of Vishnu of Rama? Is
Wait,
it
no.
Rama? No.
Four
1,000 name
Ram.
of Vishnu is equal to three names of Rama,
Something like that.
and three names of Ram is equal to one name of Krishna.
I'm wondering how equal is being measured there, but
I think it's maybe measured in terms of mercy.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah, okay,
Sweetness too.
yeah,
Krishna's name is Madhuram. Krishna is very sweet. Everything about Krishna is very sweet. Leela Madhuram, Brinchi Madhuram, Madhuradhir Patir. What's that song,
yeah.
Madhuradhir Patir, Akhilam Madhuram.
Yeah.
Leela Madhuram, Vanchi Madhuram. Everything about Krishna is flutes playing, his smile, everything. His pastimes, his names. Everything about him is sweet, sweet, sweetness.
Does Madura also mean sweet? I know
Madhur.
Sanskrit have a lot of
Yeah, Madhur. Madhura means sweet in this sense.
ah,
Sweet. Lila
Madura,
Madhuram is sweet. Yes.
sweet, sweet. Mm,
I'll find this. I found the song. I will find the lyrics to the translation that we're
nice.
talking about. I will look it up.
Yeah.
I feel so alive in Mataji.
Association is sweet. This is very
I
sweet.
feel, yes. Because we're discussing Krishna and Krishna is sweet. So everything becomes permeated by his sweetness.
Yeah, Krishna is all attractive, but he's attracted to devotional service. So
Yes,
glorifying
because that's
Krishna, devotional
and
service,
devotion service is Radharani.
attractive. Yeah, yeah.
Radharani is the personification of devotional service. So when we serving Krishna,
Mm.
Krishna is attracted to that because he's attracted to Radharani. And she is this, yes, personification of devotional service. I don't know. It's just so mystical. This sangha. It's amazing. It's just like we try to understand Krishna, but it looks like Krishna's taking pleasure in what we're doing. It's like he looking down and smiling and laughing at us.
I
But we're
know.
trying to
Wouldn't that be
remember him.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
He
If
must be seeing what we're doing. I mean, he sees everything, so obviously he's seeing us, and all we hope is some his merciful glance upon us,
well,
merciful glance of Srila Prabhupada.
hope he's pleased by what he's seeing because
I hope so.
he's Krishna. We want to please Krishna. Yeah, I hope he's pleased. Because if Krishna is pleased, then he gives more
Everything is perfect.
realization. He gives more realization. He'll give more.
Actually, Srila Prabhupada, if Srila Prabhupada is pleased with our endeavor to think about Krishna, but Srila Prabhupada's,
Prabhupada is our well wisher. He's wishing us.
yes.
He's
So
wishing
that's
us.
why, that's what we're feeling. I think Srila Prabhupada is pleased. And because when Srila Prabhupada is pleased, he will present to Krishna.
Now,
This devotees.
sometimes, it's all sweet and everything, but then there's also chastisements. So we have to be ready for that.
Yes.
I relish the chastisements as much as I do the sweetness. So I just have to be ready. I don't know, where it's coming from.
At this moment, the sweetness is flowing. But
Yes, nice. But I'm just bracing myself for
yes, but the it will definitely be
tendency
coming
to
as soon.
go like this all the time, and then I'll go, and then boom,
And then we'll be like,
bracing myself.
you see, like now we are laughing and we are happy, we're feeling so happy, and
I'm
everything
talking
is so
drunk,
light.
like drunk,
And when the modes come, Mataji, I have slept only for 3 days, but because we're discussing Krishna consciousness, I'm like, I feel like I have no sleep.
Huh?
I'm not sleepy. I'm not tired. They say it's just because we're experiencing the spiritual energy.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it's
1:30. I haven't eaten anything, and I feel
yes, and
like
it's, you know, we feeling that, we experiencing that, actually how just discussing about Krishna
yeah.
takes us out of the material modes, and you immediately feel situated on the spiritual platform, which lightens up the whole existence. And because we come, like on this point, I'm like feeling like this.
Mm,
So when I stop, I can take up some more and take the process a bit further, you know.
mm,
So because otherwise we are more, without the association, we are under the modes, and then we give in to the laziness and the body drags us down. But by associating, we are uplifted from the mode, becoming goodness, and we get a little taste, and then we want more.
it's
So
cutting back
yes,
on the
and
mode.
if we keep doing that, then the modes, you know, we can more stay more and more out of the lower modes, you know, and
Mm.
become situated in goodness.
I have to admit,
Because
when we're not meeting, and I'm thinking, oh, they're not going to come today. I know they're not. They're not going to come. I know they're not going to come today. I know. I know.
okay,
And I try to prepare myself. So
yes.
we're not, we're not
You're
going to.
very
No, I know.
so eager for the association, Mataji. We have to, but we are also thinking of you, you know, like all the whole day. I think, oh, 4 o'clock is fixed in the mind. It's not maybe not in the heart, but it's there. It's
Oh,
programmed. 4 o'clock
okay.
is yeah, it's from Kirtan
It's
time.
a high taste, isn't it? It's like a really high taste.
Yes, because we're blessed. I mean, people look to so many different. If we compare to those we don't have are so fortunate, then it is a great fortune that we are attracted to doing this. You know, that it appeals
I
because people
really want to see
are.
more people. I want to see more people get a taste. More of the devotees get a taste because they're all hiding. They're all hiding on Facebook.
I think
You don't
maybe
even
we
see
have.
their faces. They just put some picture or something up. You don't even see them.
Yes, but it's a kind of, it's a big confrontation, Mataji, and I think
Yeah. Yeah.
for us also it become more difficult with more people become. We have become visible to more people.
Maybe that's why it's not
Means we
happening
have to
quickly.
give up the false ego for quicker. You know,
Yeah.
and
We would
Krishna
have
is
to
kind.
we
I
have
think
to
Krishna is
facilitate someone.
preparing.
If someone showed up, we would have to see how to facilitate them so they could
Yeah.
enter in and get a taste. And it's interesting. Maybe that's why Krishna isn't sending like some. A lot of people are watching and they're looking and they're interested, but they're not entering in
I
because
wonder how
maybe
the
they're not ready yet. Maybe
how
they're
it
not
goes
ready.
on in the spiritual world. I wonder how it goes in the, because it says when you come in the association of Krishna, you know, it's like with the gopis and the manjaris. How are they allowing the spiritual souls who are becoming qualified into the lila?
Yeah,
You know, because you're saying we are in the Chaitanya lila,
yeah,
and we are kind of on. You know, we're like standing at the door and we're peeking in,
yeah.
and we want to kind of see how to get qualified and how to maneuver ourselves into the pastimes and be part of it.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I
That,
think we have to kind of be certain qualifications that we have to meet in order to fit in there and kind of not be blown away, you know. But the
sometimes Lord Chaitanya didn't want certain people in the kirtan. And
yes,
if they tried to sneak in, he kicked them out. He kicked them out.
so so you have to have the
He made
right
it like
state.
either I stay and they go, or they can stay and I'll go. He made it that like that. Sometimes someone was hiding; they wanted to get in the kirtan. He said, "No, there's
So
someone
you
in
have
this
to.
room that's taking the energy away, and I can't stay here." And they had to find who it was and
Amazing.
put them outside. He did that.
How, but it's like, isn't that cruel to the person who been
There
set
was one
away?
brahmachari. There was one brahmachari. He was very austere. All he did was drink milk. He was so austere. So he was just drinking milk to stay alive. He performed all kinds of austerities. And he really wanted to get in the kirtan. So some of the devotees snuck him in. And Lord Chaitanya felt his presence immediately and said, someone is in here that doesn't belong in here. Who's here? And they found the brahmachari. He was hiding in the back. And they made him leave. And Lord Chaitanya was very angry. He said, that's not the qualification for entering into these kirtans. Milk drinking. He was
Oh my
angry.
God.
A milk drinker. That qualifies him to come in this kirtan? He's drinking milk? No. So, I don't know. I'm just remembering that pastime. How to
So
understand.
it,
Because
yes, it's false.
you raised a question. You raised a really good
False austerities and show bottle devotion
yeah.
won't get us in. You see, it has to be solid. Whatever, we can't hide. We chose actually to expose ourselves and
Even great
come out
devotees,
for what we are.
the King Prataparudra, he was a great devotee of the Lord, Prataparudra. He loved Lord
But
Chaitanya. He loved
Lord
Krishna.
Chaitanya didn't want to see
He
him
wouldn't let him. No, he wouldn't let him come. He
because
met
there
with him.
was one person. Eventually, he took this person.
Yeah, he was at the Jagannath festival, so he was taking part in kirtans and things.
Oh,
Yes.
I definitely got to go into Chaitanya Lila.
Oh, you definitely got to go, and then you have to do Chaitanya Bhagavat, and then you have to do Chaitanya. This is a lot. Well, Lord Chaitanya.
But I have also to Srimad Bhagavatam is also not really done yet. So yes, can I
Lazy
skip?
stuff. Oh my goodness, you don't have time to be lazy. Look at all you have to do. We have
Well,
to do.
Chaitanya Chaitamrita, I'm going to read from my Gornitai. And Srimad Bhagavatam has to also
Read for
be read.
Prabhupada. Read that for
For
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada. Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam for Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Chaitamrita
And
for
we'll do
Gornitai.
Bhagavad Gita together.
And Bhagavad
For
Gita
everyone.
together.
For everyone.
Yes. And then we can move to the other books. I love I like teachings of Queen Kunti a lot. I always one of my favorite
Well,
prayers is
that's straight out of the Bhagavatam.
yes. It's in the Bhagavad. Yes, when Krishna leaves for Dwarka, then Queen Kunti offers these prayers. Oh, I love them. It's like I don't know the Sanskrit, but he said, "O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the ocean, without being that hindered, without let my devotion to you, uh, be drawn. Let my attention be drawn unto you without being diverted to anyone else." So
Let these calamities come again and again.
that's the other one. And as one prayer in which she says, she compares everything about Krishna with the lotus. Namaste Pankajanaabhaya, Namaste Pankajanamalini. It's like Krishna's lotus eyes and his lotus navel and lotus feet. So beautiful. Those prayers are so sweet. Such a
All right.
nice.
We've got a lot to do here. And this is all service, serving the deities. This is serving the deities. No?
I'm yes. No, Pankajamalini.
Yes.
Pankajam. Kamal, Pankaj, all these words are synonyms for lotus. Kamal Nayan, Padma, Kamal, Pankaja. They are all different Sanskrit words for lotus. And it's like kind of put in this verse, it's like so many things about Krishna's like lotus eyes, lotus
I hate to
feet.
do this, but I gotta go.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I conk you. We'll meet again.
Forgive me because, yeah.
Let's, yes.
All right.
We have to hold on to our mood. And
we're just getting started. We haven't.
Yes, we're developing on, we're trying to develop actually a mood of devotion in our devotion, in our service, because service is there maybe, but the devotion is not.
Not
at least
the
for
mechanical
me.
part. Get the mechanical part down.
Yes, and then start to develop.
But even that can't be maintained without the devotion. You do the mechanical,
Exactly.
all right, You can do for a while, but then you have to get
Yes,
that,
because
or
to
else.
go on, we have to kind of the taste has to come, the ras has to come, the ras. If we can't get the juice, the taste, then it dries up. It's not.
Because the
Yes.
spiritual world is personal. Everyone is persons. Krishna is a
Well, I
person.
feel like that. I feel like I'm in
We have
need of
relations.
some. I need of some taste.
Mm-hmm.
I have to acquire that higher taste,
Mm-hmm.
and especially for chanting and hearing.
Yes, that is, everything else will come, but the chanting and the hearing, that's so.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you
Wow.
for your wonderful
You know what? We've been,
association.
what, 3.5 hours now? And it's like
Is that
5 minutes,
yes? It just
isn't it?
passed like that.
Incredible. Hare
Like a
Krishna.
moment.
Yeah, don't go too far away,
Mm,
Hare Krishna.
I'm here. I will see you back on Facebook at some point. I'm going to make some prasad now food. And, please accept my humble businesses. Vanchikal Pataruvacha Kripasindu Chapatitanam Pavanavyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. Srila
Awesome.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.